Hello. Good morning, everybody. Happy day. Happy Tuesday. Good morning. Good morning, Sleep Friend, Baron Yon, the Airy, and Rex is here, and Carlos is here, and Wine is here. Welcome. Yana, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I'll therapize the vampires. That sounds perfect, actually. I'm fucking ready, baby. We're not playing Bloodborne. I'm sorry, Lo-Fi. I love you. My tail is wagging today, but I am very frightened for what's going to happen to my vocal cords. Okay. On a someday. You gotta pay Bosco. Wait. We'll have to move stuff, but I'm sitting today because I feel like that's appropriate for therapy. I got rid of my yaoi crown because I felt like that was inappropriate. This is very quiet for me. Oh, my volume's just really low. Becca! Hello, gamer! Carlos, yeah, it was a big surprise. I wasn't expecting to hear his voice. Yeah, I'm excited to play that on stream. I'm not gonna play Touch Starve when it comes out fully on stream, because I feel like that will kill me in real life, having to read that out loud. But what the fuck is going on here? Vampire Therapist explores or touches on sensitive topics such as war, abuse, addiction, sexual oppression, suicidal ideation, religion, and of course death. These may be uncomfortable or upsetting for some readers, okay? We recommend that readers with a history of trauma related to any of those topics approach this game with caution. Naturally, a game about vampires will also involve blood and sexual themes. Strong language is also present. Okay, Vampire Therapist was developed in consultation with licensed therapists, but it should not be considered a substitute for therapy unless you're a vampire. Okay?
My name is Sam Walls, and I'm a dead man. Well,
what?
Kinda dead at least. See, I'm a vampire. Now, if you think that means all that Dracula hooey, like hissing, wearing skin-tight leather, and hunting mortals for sport, I wouldn't blame you one bit.
Well, yeehaw, brother!
That's exactly the sort of thing I did in my younger years with my former gang. And let me tell you, a vampire who's good with a gun can be a real terror. I got lucky, though. I met some kind mortals who saw beyond my fangs. They taught me my letters and showed me how my thinking was keeping me from finding any kind of peace. After they passed on, I roamed America's majestic wilderness for nigh on 90 years, figuring out myself and what it means to be a vampire. And I found revelation. What I realized was, it ain't fangs that make us monsters. It's the self-defeating ways we think. Anywho, as the world started getting smaller, my old vampire gang tracked me down. Them being my kin, I wanted to help them see the world like I did, but they still have the same monster mindset I used to have. Good thing I'm a quick draw. But I got hooked up with this newfangled internet thing and found a vampire who's helping my kin find their way. Fella named Andromachos, supposed to be 3,000 years old.
Dude, fuck yeah.
He invited me to come out to Europe to learn from him. I figure someone older than time has got to have the answers.
Me and my PC.
I'm going on a trip, I guess. This feels like my opportunity to do some good in the world. I've been looking, and now it's time to give back. Vampires ain't monsters. Or at least, they don't have to be. And come hell or high water, I'm gonna prove it to him.
Dude, hell yeah, brother. I didn't know. Oh, powerful. Oh, powerful.
Well, I think this is the address. Number 27, Clean Flitter Mouse Streeb?
Yeah, dude, you did it.
Sure is a hell of a lot of ruckus for this time of night. People stay up late here. Wait a minute. These folk are vampires. Better watch myself.
Hell yeah.
Guten Abend, folks. Sprechen Sie English?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, hello, Alta. Are you here to party with us at the hottest club?
Oh my god, this is good stuff, everybody. Wait, this is good stuff. Ask about the dress code.
I don't think what I'm wearing will fit the dress code.
The cowboy look is totally sexy, but you will get a bit sweaty.
I hope we will all get a bit sweaty.
This is just like the guy in Disco Elysium.
Good thing we run a little on the cold side, huh?
Don't worry, my Liebling. We make each other warm.
Reinhard, stop. Don't scare the American. I want to do that.
It's just Egghead.
Maxi Liebchen, you're so naughty tonight.
No, you are the naughty one.
Yana, did you open the demo for this and were like, I actually can't be here, and then you signed off?
Oh, I definitely ain't an American no more. I'm looking for Andrew Makos.
You mean the club owner? Yeah, that is why we are here.
If you're lucky, he will invite us to the private party at the end of the night.
Well, what happens there?
I think maybe it is too kinky for Americans to hear.
No, tell me. I'm here to
I
party.
can cut loose. What kind of party is this?
The kind where we dance all night and get sexy.
This sounds like Matthew Mercer doing a German accent. And it really upsets me.
Oh, we're them kind of vampires.
Ach so, there are better things to suck than blood, oder?
Although we have to get past the bouncer first. If we do not, I'm thinking our night is ruined.
Oh, wait a sec. There's something about what she just said. I can feel it. It reminds me of one of my revelations about the funny patterns in the way we vampires think. Well, let's see. One type of thinking I noticed I called hot branding. That's when we brand ourselves with names we can't get rid of.
Hot Brandon?
There's high noon mind. That's when we treat a situation like it's a do or die showdown.
Uh-huh.
And there's saloon thinking. That's when we act either helpless or invincible, like we've just drunk a pint of moonshine.
Of course.
I can always check my journal if I need to.
My horse journal! Wait, I'm covering the horse.
Vampires
No.
thinking there.
No, I'm covering the journal. It's a horse. Wait. Look at it. It's a horse. What do I do? Am I not allowed to sit for this one? Because if I sit, I'm covering the horse? Wait. Get really small. Sit on the horse.
I think I know which one of them funny ways they're thinking in, though. Hold on, compadres. You seem like the kind who can make their own fun.
I don't want to have my own fun. Imenacht is the only place to be on Friday night.
Okay, so they're doing a high noon. Private property. Do not read. Reward if found at cowboybloodsucker@vmail.com. I found this old notebook and figured I'd take it with me to Europe. I figure it'll help me organize my thoughts. I'll separate it into sections so I can jump to them right quick. That way, when I need to get to a particular section of my notes, all I gotta do is hop over to that section. Easy as falling off a horse. Oh no, the journal's gone! I'm sitting in the air, it's fine. Dax, yeehaw, brother, welcome. I realize we vampires think in funny ways sometimes, like reality's right in front of us and we just can't see it. Heck, pretty sure it's all humans who do that, not just vampires. Alright, let me... High noon mind is when you think about things in a black and white sense, which I think is what she's doing right now.
Amigos, you're putting too much weight on this thing. It's a nightclub, not a high noon showdown. The night's full of possibilities.
Reinhardt, I don't know what this means.
I don't know what this means.
You make us think that maybe it is better we haven't gotten into the club, because we are now meeting you.
Becca?
Hey, if meeting me makes your night better, I'm glad we met.
Hey,
Really got
Carlos,
some Andrew
fuck
Marcos
you.
stuff.
You think I don't recognize Matthew Mercer's voice? You think I don't recognize Matthew Mercer's voice at any given fucking moment? Fuck you. I am so victorious right now. I'm so victorious. You can't even fucking believe how victorious I am right now. You can't. I know everything. I hear everything. I see everything. All the time.
You have to get past the bouncer. He decides who gets in and who doesn't. And he hasn't looked our way all night.
You think I don't know the sound of that guy?
Maybe I'll have a little word with him. Excuse me, friend.
Ugh!
I hear you're the man to
The
talk to in
creature!
these parts.
Hello? Preacher.
I'm here to see Andrew Marcos.
Okay.
Have fun, mate.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, thanks, amigo. You have yourself a fine night, you hear? Hey!
Cowboy, what about us?
Yeah. What about them? I'm not gonna do a German accent because Yana's gonna like come through my computer screen and then like kill me. No, bring them joy. What do you mean?
Yeah, sure, they're friends of mine.
Have fun, mate.
Well, come on, you two. We ain't got all night. Yeah.
Thank God none of y'all are cowboys, or I'd be really in danger. Ah! They move so fast.
Come on, my liver, dance with us!
How did they get Matthew Mercer to be like, hey, we need you to do this? And he was like, sounds fucking great, my dudes.
Have fun. I'll catch up with you later. Tarnation, I'd rather hear a gopher giving birth than this.
You'd what? You'd hear what?
I better talk to whoever's slinging drinks in this here saloon. They ought to know where Andrew Marcos is.
The thing that you have to understand, Yana, is that I listen to Matthew Mercer speak every Thursday for like an entire year.
But pardon me, man.
So,
Well, look at you. We get a lot of 80s fashion in here, but not usually the 1880s.
okay.
What can I get you, cowboy? The special's Red Bull and vodka. You down?
I never drink Red Bull. I'm actually looking for the owner. He around tonight?
Might be. What do you say your name was?
Sam Walls, begging your pardon.
Oh, begging your pardon, of course.
Sam Walls, huh? I don't think I know anything about a Sam Walls. After all, I'm just a know-nothing bartender.
Now why she gotta say she's a know-nothing? It gets my goat when vampires brand themselves like that. I think I'll say something. Well, hold on. What'd you just say?
I said I don't know any Sam Walls. I'm just a know-nothing bartender.
Stop hot branding.
From where I'm standing, I see someone with style and confidence, not just a drink machine. Don't go branding yourself like that's all you are.
Don't you go worrying about me, cowboy. The man upstairs warned me you were coming. I was just testing to see if you are who you say
I was
you
testing
are.
if you see that I was hot branding.
Tell you what, let me give you something from our special reserve. I don't think you're looking for boots.
Is this gonna be like are they gonna have blood sprinklers? Like in What We Do in the
Well,
Shadows?
thank you kindly, ma'am. I was wondering where the blood was. I met some vampires outside, so I figured this was a vampire club.
You met some gods, honey. They're here to dance and have fun.
So all these people are mortals?
How do you think the head vampire gets his blood? They can't wait to share it with him. It's a special experience. He's the only real vampire here. Well, him and Bert.
Bert?
Bert?
You met him already. Bert?
Oh, the big
Over
man!
here.
Hello!
This one's here to see the big guy. Show him upstairs, okay?
Have fun, mate.
Thank you.
Good luck up there, cowboy. Hope you find what you're looking for.
Oh, Bert! Game don't freeze. That was so scary that you just did that.
Howdy. It's Sam Walls to see you, sir. The guy who's been sending you all them V-mails.
Oh, V-mails!
Yes, I know who you are, Samuel Walls.
Not the voice
you
I was
have come here
expecting.
because you believe you can help our kin.
Not the voice I was expecting from this kind of
The
man.
question is, are you first able to help yourself?
Yeah?
I've been fixing myself for more than a century now. I don't think I need help.
Then you must prepare to learn a most difficult lesson. We all need help, Samuel. I am pleased that you have come to receive mine.
Dang, you scared the heck out of me.
He's got kitty eyes. He's a kitty.
You must allow an ancient vampire his games. He will play them regardless. Please, sit down. What an absolute pleasure it is to meet you at last. I found your messages most intriguing.
Afraid there ain't much here in the way of intrigue. I'm just a lonesome cowboy looking for answers.
You know, I receive emails every day from vampires seeking my help. You are the very first to seek my aid in helping others. This alone makes you intriguing.
Alex! It's vampire therapy. What's so difficult and complicated to understand about that? We are a cowboy who's also a vampire. Yeehaw!
Well, dang. I think you're gonna be sorely disappointed when you get to talking to me. I'm just honored you're giving me the time of night.
I have unlimited time, Samuel. I am pleased to share some of it with you. Our kind can be rather set in their ways. It is inspiring to see someone so young and eager to learn.
Yeah, well, I wasn't much for learning when I was alive. Just making up for lost time, I guess.
It sounds as though you have been handling your own life better than most.
Your own
I
life.
was particularly intrigued by these revelations you had while walking in nature.
Oh, yeah, them. Well, I give walking the credit. Nothing sorts my thoughts out better.
Yeah.
After a few decades, I started seeing patterns in the way we vampires think.
Can you explain some of these patterns?
I've tried to explain them to other vampires, but it ain't never gone well. I could try, though. See, we tend to assume certain things just because we've been believing them since we were alive. Or we decide the world's against us just because we're hungry or tired or something. And when we start tackling problems that ain't real, we ain't fixing our real problems. That make any kind of sense?
Fascinating, Samuel. These revelations that you had in the woods, mortal psychologists have a term for them. They are called cognitive distortions.
Cognitive whoozy what now?
Cognitive.
Cognitive distortions. They are exactly as you described them. I will explain in a moment. Please, tell me about these specific revelations you had.
Explain high noon mind.
Well, I noticed how we stress ourselves out by making everything a battle of do-or-die absolutes. High noon mind, I call it. Like that feeling you get right before a big shootout.
I must confess I have no experience with this feeling. I engaged in mortal combat long before the age of gunpowder.
Tell me about that.
But the sentiment you describe mirrors the words of my old friend Marcus Aurelius. He used to say that the magnitude of life's challenges often turn us into our worst selves.
You mean Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor?
Marcus Aurelius.
Of course, his name was Marcus. Marcus was a bedroom name.
I sure hope it isn't.
You mean you and the emperor were...
It was ancient Rome. Penetration was similar to a handshake.
This is the worst day of my life. This is the worst day of my life.
My apologies. I somehow forgot you were American. But let us discuss this high noon mind. I believe we can broaden your definition. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon of binary thought polarized thinking, but I like to call it Nosferatu thinking.
Nosferatu thinking?
Nosferatu with you.
It means you are
too,
thinking
brother.
in black and white.
I get it. That's pretty funny.
I believe it encompasses the breadth of the distortion. One is not flatly weak or strong, good or evil, smart or stupid, a success or a failure. The truth is far more complex and colorful. Not every high noon gunfight ends in oblivion, correct?
Yeah, that's true. Getting shot still ain't fun, but it ain't the end neither.
A perfect example, Samuel. Now, try to catch me using Nosferatu thinking. I will give you a series of statements, and one of them will contain Nosferatu thinking. I will repeat them if you miss it.
This is how people learn to be therapists. You sit down with a guy who's 3,000 years old, and he's just like, I'm going to say a phrase to you, and you tell me if it's black and white. You did it. You're ready. It's time to get some patience.
If I do not drink blood, I will surely die.
Yeah.
Is that Nosferatu thinking?
No, Samuel. In this case, I am not arguing with reality. If we do not drink blood, we die. This is a fact of being a vampire.
Oh, I was like...
Let us continue. Death eventually comes for us all.
I mean, that's not true. Because we are immortal? What is the lore of vampires in this universe?
Mortals will always fear our kind.
Okay. Maybe they won't?
That's Nosferatu thinking right there. I've met mortals who knew who I was and weren't scared.
Very good, Samuel. And even if you hadn't,
I thought I had to click and I was
always
scared.
fear us ends any hope that they might not.
None of you're saving me.
Always is such a terminal word, is it not? Would you like to discuss more of your revelations with me?
Of course.
I realize that as vampires, we can get the feeling of the power that comes with immortality and strength, but then we get hopeless and aimless over time. It's kind of like the fella you see in the saloon at the bottom of a bottle of whiskey. Either he thinks he can fight everyone, or he's crying into them last drops because he thinks life's hopeless. It's saloon thinking. Two extremes that probably ain't true.
A fascinating observation, Samuel. Your saloon thinking was described in my time as the battle between hubris and nemesis, the twin excesses of arrogance and self-pity.
That's the thing why I'm so sad. I want to know about saloon thinking. I don't want to know about fucking
Oh man,
whatever he's going to
Maybe
say
wish
it is
I'd gotten
now.
some schooling. Maybe I would have figured this stuff out earlier.
You live forever, my friend. There is no rush. What you have identified is a phenomenon where individuals perceive either an illusion of control or a lack of control. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon you have described a control fallacy.
Well, that's not as fun as Nosferatu thinking.
Rarely do we have complete power over our situations or no power at all. But we create this illusion that stops us from attempting to change our perceived situations.
Yeah, you're right about that. I used to think I'd never get away from my gang, and maybe that's what made me stick with them for so long.
Yes, you see how cognitive distortions keep us from facing reality, whatever that reality may be. Of course, I am so old and powerful that I am always in control.
You're testing me, ain't you? That's a control fallacy right there.
Well done, Samuel. I am indeed very powerful, but the cosmos holds no awareness of Andromachos. Of course, as you expertly pointed out with your analogy about the man at the bottom of a whiskey bottle, a control fallacy can be positive or negative. Listen to my next few statements and try to find a control fallacy. Simply let me continue if you do not detect one.
Okay.
The sun will eventually burn out. I will roam a cold, dead earth, and there is little I can do about it.
That's fucked up.
Well, that sounds like one of them control fallacies.
That's fucked
With all
up.
eternity, heck, I think you could do something to save the sun.
That's not the part of the sentence that I was focusing on.
I applaud your optimism and ambition, Samuel, but some things we must be prepared to accept, and the death of the sun is one of them. But let us continue.
I can't think like a vampire. I'm like, what do you mean? You don't have to think of, we don't have to worry about that. They have to worry about that. They have to worry about that.
My kitty cat died. I shall be lonely forever.
I mean, you won't.
I'm sorry about your sweet kitty, but
Your sweet
you could always pick up
kitty!
a new one. Or there's lots of them just waiting for a loving home, so you don't need to be lonely.
It was just an example, Samuel. Well spotted. But I do speak from experience. I felt this way once when a pharaoh I was dating had our cat mummified.
No!
I went into a murderous depression that nearly decimated the continent. But I had the power to help myself all along by adopting a new friend in need of a home.
Oh, dang, don't let me get on your bad side.
I doubt you shall see it, Samuel. Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
Yeah.
See, I used to be in a gang. They were my whole existence. If you asked me who I was, I would have said, I'm a murdering bastard. Once I got away, I realized how small-minded that was. I was Sam before I was a murdering bastard, but that's how I was choosing to brand myself. My old gang's still around, and they're still branding themselves like that. They can't see themselves as anything but killers.
Very astute, Sam.
Ah.
I favor the clinical term, however, which is labeling.
I don't.
You correctly discovered that labeling is a reductive act.
I think hot branding is way better.
Names, even if we find them accurate, we create prophecies we are doomed to fulfill. For millennia, I thought of myself as a killer. It was not untrue that killing was how I made my way in the world. I was an unstoppable warrior and assassin.
I was, in fact, a killer.
But with this label, I limited myself for ages. I did not only kill people, I also killed potential aspirations I might have had.
I killed my dreams.
See whether you can catch me doing some labeling in my next few statements. I am so old, I am ancient.
That's just true.
Call me whatever you like, but don't call me late for dinner. How shall I describe myself? Yes, I am a mass murderer.
I mean, that's true.
It seems you have missed my label. I am so old, I am ancient.
I mean, that's true. Is it
How shall I describe myself?
Well, that's about as clear a labeling.
Excellent, Samuel. You are correct.
I didn't mean to skip.
Labels can be cages that we lock ourselves in. I was a mere murderer for most of my existence because that is how I labeled myself.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Sam Walls, the murderer, reprobate, and good for nothing.
Those are not how I would describe the Sam Walls I see before me. Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
I think that's all of them. Or at least the ones that were the most obvious to me.
That you recognize the concept of cognitive distortions at all is most impressive, Samuel. What took me nearly 3 millennia to understand took you merely 2 centuries.
Oh, come on, you're just flattering me. I'm just a dope stumbling his way through one life.
Are you now? Tell me, Samuel, what kind of cognitive distortion are you exhibiting when you call yourself a dope?
Yeah, I'm doing some labeling. I gotta watch myself, huh?
As long as we retain any humanity, we will have cognitive distortions. What we are aiming for is not to become perfect beings, but to understand and accept ourselves. As long as we can recognize cognitive distortions, we can address our real challenges.
Yeah.
One cannot drink blood from a straw man, after all.
That's true.
Huh. I ain't never heard that one before, but I like it.
If it helps solidify the concept in your mind, then I am well satisfied. I know you came to learn from me, so I will do my best to honor your good intentions. Let us ensure that you understand the concepts of labeling, control fallacies, and Nosferatu thinking.
Oh, Nosferatu
I will
thinking.
give you a series of statements, and each one will contain a cognitive distortion for you to identify. If I invite over my vampire friends, I know I'm going to have to deal with guano all over the place when they turn into bats at the end of the night.
Okay, wait, let's just take a moment to sit in this as a concept. If I invite my friends over, they're going to shit everywhere. That's crazy. Is that a control fallacy?
Well, there's a control fallacy, sir. You're acting like you've got no control, but you could lay down some ground rules for guests, or some newspaper.
For newspaper, because your friends are going to shit everywhere.
Or express concern to my friends that they have not been toilet trained.
What do you mean?
Let me try another.
What do you mean? Is this a problem that you guys have to deal with?
I am Andromachus, the ancient darkness, the scourge of the Mediterranean,
Bat!
the mortal's bane.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's definitely some intense labeling. Those are some hard names to get over.
You are not wrong. Those names followed me for millennia. It was most stifling. Let me try another then.
New York
If my
City.
class revenues do not significantly increase, I will end up living on the street.
Yeah, it's me, Laszlo. I'm so good at that voice.
That there's got to be Nosferatu thinking. There's a huge space between making a ton of profit and living on the street.
Indeed, you are correct. I run my club at a considerable loss, but 3,000 years of banking interest means that money is not really an object to me anyway. Samuel, now I am not only intrigued by you, but also impressed. I would very much like to teach you my ways, but I must demand something of you first.
Anything. I'm here to learn.
You must receive therapy yourself. I will not have you seeing clients without a commitment to your own mental health.
Oh, now, hold on just a minute. I don't know that I need therapy. I'm feeling pretty good about myself these days.
Samuel.
Samuel, we all need therapy to live in this world. You have been
Okay.
speaking in cognitive
Don't
distortions
say that
since
to
the
me
moment you
because
walked
I
into my
am
office.
currently not in therapy, feeling pretty attacked right now.
I have. I didn't even notice.
They are most insidious, but I am here to help you identify and challenge them. You have walked alone for too long, Samuel.
Listen, I don't
Allow
have
me
I
to
don't
share
have
my
3
experience with
millennia
you.
of bank interest to fall back on, okay?
Well, all right, if you say so. I appreciate your taking the time to work on this, old cowpoke.
We have all the time in the world, Samuel. But for now, you must be eager for something fresh. Please, dance, drink your fill. We will begin tomorrow.
Okay, then.
Yeah, I'm gonna ignore all the
Well,
disclaimers at the
sir,
beginning
it's
of the
been an
game.
honor.
They're like, don't use this game as therapy, and I'm like, fucking
You
psych,
don't have to call
baby!
me sir, you know.
All right, then, Andromachos.
Can I call you Andy?
Andromachos.
Hey, Andromachos.
Sam.
Just call me Andy.
Yay!
All right, Andy. I'll see you tomorrow, then.
Cute.
Dang, look at all them mortals, sweating, blood pumping. I am thirsty. There ain't no power on this earth that'll get me on a dance floor. Maybe I'll see if the bartender's got anything for me.
If it isn't Clint Eastwood again, how'd it go, cowboy?
Seems I'll be sticking around. Guess I better get used to things around here.
Good to hear. About time someone helped Andy with his work. Seems
She
you
also says
vampires
Andy.
have a lot of problems to fix. Name's Crimson, by the way.
Oh, you're just a normal
Fine
fellow,
meeting
okay.
you, Crimson. How do you know so much about what Andy's doing?
Pillow talk. I'm his blood partner.
Oh!
No shit. How's a mortal get hooked up with an ancient vampire?
I'm a rock climber. I stumbled into one of his lairs in Madagascar. Found a cave while climbing a mountain, and there he was, naked in a hot tub.
What do you even do?
Dang. Must have been a sight.
You ain't kidding, cowboy. Didn't expect a luxury apartment with a gorgeous naked vampire inside of a mountain. We hit it off, and he asked me to come back here with him. I like an adventure, so I said, what the hell? I'll date the gorgeous Dracula. But what are you doing talking to me, cowboy? The blood's running hot on the dance floor, and these kids don't mind a little biting.
Ain't no way I'm dancing. There's gotta be a better way to get something fresh to drink.
Reinhard, look, it's the sexy old guy again.
You should buy us a drink, old guy. You'll probably get lucky. Actually, you will definitely get lucky.
Hi, Matthew.
Pleasures of the flesh ain't exactly what I'm after tonight.
That's because you haven't experienced these pleasures with us yet. Buy us a drink and you will discover great satisfaction by uns.
You don't have the money? No! Come on, dude. Sam, have a little fun. Have a little fun, my guy.
I ain't buying you a drink. All I got are good old-fashioned dollars.
I like American money. All we have on our money are buildings. You have us the sexy old men.
All right, I'll buy it. Which of them old men are sexy?
I like Hamilton. His posture is just so powerful.
This is the worst day of my life.
There is a dollar coin that has Eisenhower's face on it.
Oh, you are right. Eisenhower is, how do you Americans say, a snack?
I get it. You like older men.
He's like, okay.
Look, kids, you seem like nice enough folks, but I wasn't planning on buying drinks tonight.
Stop teasing the cowboy, Kinder. They're just messing with you. Drinks are free here.
Yeti! Oh my god, please come back later. I'll miss you. Have a good Tuesday.
Dang, really? Ain't never been to a saloon with free hooch.
Call it a drink exchange.
Huh. So, everyone here knows they might be sharing blood?
Only as long as there's consent. We like to create a safe environment here.
Oh, wow.
Why don't you take Reinhard and Maxie here back to the kink room?
Wait, kink room?
Mm-hmm. You're not in Kansas anymore, cowboy. We are not afraid of sex here.
I'm from Missouri, but point taken.
Nobody has to do anything they don't want to do in there. Just have fun and drink your fill, handsome. I'm sure I'll be seeing plenty of you.
Okay, take me to the kink room.
Maxie, Reinhard, this is one of our special customers.
Ach so, ein Vampir. I'm thinking we are all getting lucky then.
I can't be here anymore.
My neck throbs with anticipation.
Dang. Guess I'm going to a kink room then. Thanks, Crimson.
I can't do this anymore.
I knew
Oh.
a man who wore this much leather couldn't be boring.
Yeah, well, you got me pegged.
Oh no. Oh Sam, don't say that. Oh Sam.
Is that what we are doing now? Give me the document and I will sign myself up for it.
Oh wait, where's Pentelope? Prepare myself. Where's Pentelope? She's here. Okay. She's ready in case things get out of control. Pentelope.
Well, I really ain't in Missouri no more. Look, I'm more into biting.
Oh, your teeth look perfect. Are you going to bite me with those?
That's the plan. Who's going first?
Oh, me.
Okay.
Well, step right on up.
Okay.
Remember, Sammy boy, just stick the tips of them fangs into the blue veins and we'll all have a nice time.
Ah! No.
Oh, das hat
I'm so
sich
scared.
gut angefühlt.
I'm so scared to fuck that up. I could have killed him. That was so scary. I was like, I could have killed him. Please skip. He could have died. I could have fucked up and it was moving so fast and I got so scared.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Is it my turn yet?
Sure thing. Come on over.
No.
Oh, Reinhard, the hot old vampire wore me out.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Me too, Maxie. I feel as though I have set up a mail server.
What the fuck does that mean?
Reinhard, mein Sucke Fledermaus. Ich bin so müde, sexy zu sein.
I will get us a taxi cab, Liebchen. Und du, Cowboy? Next time we will talk about that thing you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, sure thing, fella. Maybe I can tell you some Eisenhower stories.
Sam, do you know what pegging is? Cheek Spreader! Welcome to, Extremely Horny Vampires, the video game.
Now that I've had something to drink, I should probably get to my coffin.
Samuel, wait a moment. I see you got your fill. Are you heading out?
Yeah, I figure I could use some shut-eye. I locked up my coffin over at the storage center.
McCoffin. Tips cowboy hat. McCoffin.
Storage center. Please, you can use my guest coffin. I insist. You must be well rested for the challenges ahead.
Guess I got a big night tomorrow, huh? I should get a good day's sleep.
Wonderful. Please, follow me.
Well, dang. This
There's a
is
TV
mighty
in
lush.
here.
Guess it's one of them smart coffins. Let's see what's on TV. Hey, I remember this movie. We were so proud to finally get some representation.
The rats!
Not sure I should stay up watching movies, though.
The rats!
Well, ain't much else to do in here. I think it's about time I hit the hay. Hope I'm cut out for all this.
Oh, fuck. The creature.
Samuel, good evening. I hope you slept well.
Like the dead, as they say.
I was hoping to save you some breakfast, but I've already sent them on their way.
Oh, that's all right. I'm still pretty full from last night. Them goth types were practically throwing themselves at me.
Bear, look out. To band is it's
I
incoming.
am not surprised. Perhaps I should be concerned that some of my guests will follow you home.
Well, gosh, if I still had mortal circulation, I'd be blushing.
Why are you so embarrassed, Samuel?
Ah, hell. Guess we should just save it for therapy, huh? We gonna get started now?
Oh my god, his sexual oppression. Wait,
If you like.
rise.
Why not? I'm eager to get going. Let loose, Doc.
Very well. Let's start with the first question any therapist asks then. What brought you to me? Why is becoming a therapist so important to you?
Well, gosh, I remember what it was like. Being all angry, hungry, and scared all the time. It ain't no way to live. When I see vampires acting the way I used to, I just need to show them there's more to unlife.
And why is that up to you?
You, of all people, know how lost our kind can be. Preying on the weak, dating mortal high schoolers. I've got to make them see their potential. That's what I'm here for. I know it.
That is a lot of responsibility to place on yourself.
You got a funny look in your eye. Am I doing one of them distortion things?
You are most perceptive. Yes. Perhaps you can tell me what it is. When you say you are here to make vampires see the world differently, in what way are you distorting reality?
Well, I guess that's a control fallacy, right? I can't assume I'll be able to help other vampires the way I was helped.
Very good, Samuel. Control fallacies are hard to avoid when one feels strongly about something. Your fate is not to transform every vampire you ever meet, even those who are your clients.
Why? The answer is all of the above.
You will do what you can do, and that is enough. But I am eager to learn how you develop this desire to help our kin find a different way of thinking.
Well, like I told you when I first V-mailed you, I was a real nasty son of a bitch when I first became a vampire. When I look back and see what a no-account piece of shit I was, I ain't nothing but embarrassed.
My God.
It all seems pretty stupid to me now. Here we are living forever and all we can do is kill? That's the dumbest thing I ever did here.
I am going to stop you for a moment. Stupid, no-account piece of shit, nasty son of a bitch, dumbest thing.
Nasty son of a bitch.
Do you hear the way you are talking about yourself?
With respect, sir, I earned all them names. I killed women and children. Half the ghost towns out west are my doing. I didn't think of nobody but myself.
Pretend you are my therapist. If I sat here and called myself a no-account piece of shit, what would you tell me?
I love him saying it.
I'd say you were doing some labeling. And I guess I'd tell you to look at yourself a little more kindly.
Extend the same compassion to yourself then, Samuel. How are you to move on from being a nasty son of a bitch if you are labeling yourself? If you wish to be a guide to other vampires, you must start
Should I move
with
chat
compassion
down?
for them and for yourself.
I like so that you can see him better, just as a concept. I feel like it was really...
Now that you've gotten all that horrible name-calling out of the way, please tell me, how did you find your sense of purpose?
I was waiting for the game to kind of show me what it was going to look like forever, and this seems to be it.
Well, I was on the run, you see. The Wild West was ending, and the Pinkertons were starting to get the better of my gang.
The Pinkertons?
I went into hiding and found a strange group of folks out in the country. They knew I was an outlaw right away, but they didn't judge me for it. They didn't even care that I was a vampire. They welcomed me like a friend, even shared their blood with me. They taught me how to appreciate the beauty of the night, and I started seeing things I'd never noticed before. They taught me my letters, philosophy, and how to question things instead of being scared of them. I think about them every day of my own life. They somehow freed themselves of all the judgments of the time and were better off for it.
These must have been the 19th century American transcendentalists, yes?
Of course!
Yes, sir. I'm glad I died when I did, because their like just don't exist no more. Once my community died out, I started walking. That was something else they taught me how to do. There ain't nothing like having a walk and a think. I walked in nature for about 90 years, and just took in all the grace and beauty of my country. I guess I was kind of selfish, though. I should have been helping other vampires the way the Transcendentalists helped me.
Why?
Why waste 90 years walking when I should have been helping others? Seems pretty obvious to me. I could have done a lot of good in that time.
But your should turns that which you could find fulfilling into a duty. You create an extrinsic motivator. Should statements are another cognitive distortion, something created by your own mind. Nature asks almost nothing of you. Even if your should comes from a place of good, it creates undue pressure. And what do we do once we are pressured? We resent the shoulds. We procrastinate. And as you know, we have a lot of time to procrastinate.
You got that right. Why do today what you could do next century?
Exactly. Should statements remove the intrinsic joy from that which you find fulfilling?
Hold on, though. Ain't there some things we really should do?
Of course, there are things we must do. But nature herself tells us what they are. We invent the rest. Here, let me give you an exercise.
I love an
Listen
exercise.
closely. See whether you can find the should statement that is a distortion. I should go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. If you have bad fangs, you get bad blood.
Okay.
I should drink blood today.
Okay.
I should take my blood partner Crimson out on a date. I should be wary of sexually transmitted diseases.
Okay.
Did you miss my should statement? I should go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. If you have bad fangs, you get bad blood.
What?
That's the one. No one should go to a dentist. Goddamn butchers.
So
That is
happy
not
about
true.
that.
We have to
To
go to the dentist. Our
dentist.
teeth are important to us. How long has it been since you've seen a dentist, Samuel?
No, not since the Civil War, and I'd rather keep it that way.
Oh my god, Samuel!
We'll talk about that in another session. Let's try again. I should drink blood today.
I mean... You should! Or you'll die! What?
I should take my blood partner Crimson out on a date.
Okay. I'm struggling. And it's embarrassing. But I'm like, okay, you could do that.
Saying you should take Crimson out on a date is a should statement. You've turned
Oh, I
something
get
you
it.
want to do into
Because
something
you
have
should,
to
but
do.
you could.
That's right, Samuel. You know, I couldn't be more pleased with you. Your time in nature was clearly well spent.
Well,
Maybe
thanks,
I should go to
suppose.
therapy.
But if you don't mind my saying so, I hope you're treating that mortal lady right.
Thank you. Please, ask her yourself.
I'm really kind to you, but if I hear that you're treating that lady not right, I will break your neck.
I imagine she would share her blood with you. You look like her type.
Hold on. I've only been in Europe for a couple of days. I ain't gonna go after my teacher's girlfriend.
She does what she wishes, and that is why I chose her as my blood partner. Samuel, even if it beats no longer, you have a good heart. I think you will be an excellent therapist.
So far, that good heart of mine hasn't amounted to much, but I'm willing to give it my best shot.
You are uncomfortable with praise, aren't you, Samuel? Every time I say something positive, you find a way to negate it.
I just don't think I should be doing any bragging. I spent my first 50 years killing. I spent the next 90 walking in the woods. I've tried to walk a better path since then, but I ain't no saint, Auntie.
I did not say you were. Having met several so-called saints, I can attest that none of them were either. I understand your discomfort, Samuel. I, too, have done terrible things that I cannot erase. But is erasing the good I have done worthwhile?
Well, I guess when you put it like that, it sounds kind of silly.
It's another cognitive distortion, one that mortal psychologists call disqualifying the positive.
Go back to high noon shooting, tooting, negative, positive. Why are we back in disqualifying? I hate it. We got Nosferatu. Why isn't it called, like, biting the neck of the
I understand
positive?
that the actions of your past are difficult to bear, but what we are here to do is accept reality, with both its positive and negative aspects. I am not saying that you should disqualify your negative actions, but merely note when you disqualify the positive ones. Let us try an exercise. See whether you can challenge me when I disqualify my positive deeds. I am Andromochos, one of the most powerful vampires alive. Before I became the vampire I am now, I did exceptionally terrible things.
Okay.
Well, that's the one. Of course you done plenty of good stuff, too.
But I wasn't talking about the positive things I have done, Samuel. I have defiled the innocent. I have killed countless people.
I love the way that this sentence is like, I wasn't talking about that, but I have defiled the innocent. I mean, okay.
The good I now do pales in comparison to the evil I have done.
Okay, yeah.
That's the one. You're literally disqualifying the positive by comparing it to the evil stuff you done.
Well done, Samuel. I believe the recognition of this distortion will serve you well when you start to see clients tomorrow.
I'm gonna fuck up these clients so bad.
Whoa, tomorrow? I only just started learning these here cognitive distortion things.
I will, of course, be with you. You needn't worry. I can sense your instincts and will help you.
But tomorrow, I just don't feel ready yet.
My friend, we are never truly ready. But if it would ease your concerns, we can practice with further examples. Would that be helpful to you?
No.
I think I'm good.
Let's just fucking go.
All right, Samuel. You must be hungry now. I suggest you get the liter inside you.
A leader?
Midnight tomorrow.
How much is a liter?
Just get enough to drink, Samuel. We will not be able to work if you are hungry or tired. Now, Please excuse me. I do have a date with Crimson tonight. I suspect I shall not return until nearly morning.
Oh, yeah, of course. I hope you have a nice night out, Mr. Andy.
You as well, Samuel. Rest in peace.
Ha ha ha. Because it's alright.
Ah, Samuel, glad to see you are awake. Your first client is on his way.
Okay.
What, already? Look, Mr. Andy, sir, are you
Can
sure
Edward
I'm ready
Cullen
for
just
this?
be here?
These are people's brains I'm messing with.
Fear not, my friend. You are a powerful vampire in your own right. To be so young and have so much empathy is quite a gift. All you need to do is listen, and I know the truth will reveal itself to you.
Shucks, wish I had your confidence.
Well, to a limited extent, I can see the future. If you are about to misinterpret a client's distortions, I will set you back on the right path.
You can see the future?
It's not that impressive, really. You start to see the patterns after 1,000 years or so.
No.
Well, dang. If seeing the future ain't impressive, that's gotta be a distortion. Disqualifying the positive, it's gotta be.
You barely require my aid as it is. If you need guidance, I will provide it to you telepathically.
Too powerful!
Don't think about it too much. When you are 3,000, such things will cease to impress you. Let us look at your first client's case file.
Dr. Drain, huh? He ain't got no first name?
Many vampires go by one name. Families and titles seem to become more abstract after a certain age.
Oh my god, he's a class of the Royal College of Physicians. He's been studying the nature of blood for the last several centuries. Became a vampire after a post-mortem blood transfusion experiment. Now runs a global pharmaceutical research company. Is concerned that he has developed an addiction to a drug of his own formulation. Suggestion: detected strong irritability on the phone. Investigate Drain's drinking and sleeping habits.
Huh. So is it funny that he kept the title?
Indeed. You catch on quickly, despite your habit of disqualifying the positive. I will let you work now. I shall be meditating in my coffin, but I will sense when you need my help.
But I...
Samuel, I know you can handle this. Be yourself, and all will be well.
Oh!
Satan bless it all, I hate flying!
He came in as a little guy, and now he's mad. The creature!
Hey there. God's blood, what on earth are you?
I'm sorry?
My name's Sam. I'm the new therapist. Make yourself comfortable, Dr. Drain. And American as well. Good God. It's not enough for you lot to take over the world of the living. Even the halls of the dead aren't safe from you.
Okay, can there just be like another one that's just like asshole?
Oh well. I suppose your lot are all into this touchy-feely stuff, aren't you? And ignorance, even American ignorance, is bliss, I suppose. Oh, sweet ignorance, how I do wish I knew thee. Damn it, how am I gonna work with this fella? I gotta ask Andy.
Are you alright, Sam?
He appears in a hologram.
You gave me this fella as my first client?
Why not? He is clearly hiding very little about his state of mind.
How am I supposed to help him when he already sees me as the bad guy?
This is very Tales from the Borderlands to me.
Use your instincts, Samuel. Think about how you have felt in your darkest hours. What does this poor vampire want?
A kiss?
I think he needs a dang reality check, charging at me like an undersexed bull.
If you try to give an undersexed bull a reality check, that would not change the fact that it is undersexed.
So he wants to... So he wants to...
How did the Transcendentalists approach you when you were a wilder man, Samuel?
Yeah, I get it. I'm sure this fella's come here with problems. I can't be surprised when they show up.
Does he want to complain?
I think he just wants to complain.
Perceptive, Samuel. He can hardly stop himself, can he?
Yeti, welcome.
So, what? I just let him complain?
Of course. Just give him a starting point to let it all out. It will make him feel better.
Well, if you say so.
Don't worry, Samuel. You are doing wonderfully. I will release your time now.
Well, are you just going to sit there?
Nah.
I was just gonna ask how your trip here was.
My trip was bloody wonderful. Until my familiar got a flat tire, and I had
Your
to fly 30
familiar?
kilometers here as a bat.
Can I see him?
I hate being a bat, and I hate flying. Do you know an owl tried to eat me? Me, a creature that has lived for centuries, treated like common
Oh,
prey.
he's very got little teeth. He's very mad.
I'm surprised he was even interested. You should see what an ugly little beastie I am when I transform.
Oh.
All I could do was screech and squeak until he went away. Well, I suppose I'm alive, in a manner of speaking anyway. You all right there, pal?
You okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Well, I'm not, of course. I wouldn't be here otherwise. But for the sake of conversational integrity, fine. I take it you read my case file and know why I'm here?
Yeah.
You're here for an addiction problem.
Yes. Embarrassing, isn't it?
His horse died being an answer there is something that I really wish I'd clicked on just to see what would have happened. Because they're like, what's going on with that, Samuel?
What's to be embarrassed about? I remember when Ulysses S. Grant was president. Didn't seem to bother him.
Oh, well, of course. How wonderful it is that I share the mental failings of people who only live a single lifetime.
Hey, come on now. There's a part of us that's still mortal. Can't help that, just like we can't help being dead.
So I'm discovering. Look, I just need some tips and I'll be on my way. Just give me all the tricks, whatever one does to make addictions go away.
Tips? Let me think.
So just a hug. So you're just getting addicted to something else. So just so it's a good food, a cigarette, and a hug.
Partner, there ain't no tips that'll magically cure you. But I'm here to listen.
Suck on a fireball!
You know, I never in my life thought anyone would ever call me partner. Like partner, but not with a T.
And I know how you English love your tea.
Thank goodness we can still process tea. We cannot live on blood alone. I appreciate the concern, though. I must admit, I rather saw myself above this whole addiction thing.
I tell you what, let's not worry about being above or below anything. You're here now, so let's see what we can do. What exactly are you addicted to?
It's a form of plasma, a catalytic compound of my own design, a necessary component of my own scientific goals.
That doesn't tell me I can't express this anything. That doesn't explain a single thing to me.
You're losing me.
Well, let me try to make it simple. I have been able to replicate and even alter the molecular patterns that vampiric erythrocyte surface receptors.
Of course.
Our unique physiology gives us an increased ligand affinity, which is how we are able to process blood the way that we do. I can extend this receptivity and thus achieve my true goal: synthetic blood, freedom from the hunger that plagues us, and hope for all humanity.
Well, dang, that sounds pretty impressive, Doc.
Well, it doesn't work without a vampiric catalyst, and that is the plasma I am addicted to. Pathetic, isn't it? I have spent 400 years trying to steal the secret of blood, only to be engulfed by it, like Prometheus walking into a fireplace.
Pathetic? Doc, where the heck would you get a word like that? You've come up with a synthetic blood. Man, I can barely get my spurs on some mornings. Maybe you've had a setback or two, but give yourself a little credit, compadre.
Credit? For wasting 400 years? Practically speaking, I am in the same place as I was back when King James was in power. Only now I have a drug problem. Perhaps I must face facts. My professor was right. Nothing we ever do will make a damned bit of difference.
Dude, let me be like, stop.
Samuel, listen to him. Do you recognize his patterns of thought?
There's some distortions in there, ain't there?
There's some kind of distortions going on in them there.
I knew you would sense them. Invite him to talk more about this failure of his.
I'll do my best. Now hold on just a minute there, cowpoke. I've heard you talk a lot about failure, but it sure sounds to me like you ain't thinking clearly if you think you're a failure.
I am a realist, that's all.
Yeah.
Look at me. 400 years of study and still dabbling with leukocytes.
I mean, this is...
I don't know many people who would call working with leukocytes dabbling. I mean, I gotta admit, I have no earthly clue what you're talking about. So unless you made up all them science terms, I think you might be doing more than playing with a chemistry set.
Perhaps, but if we consider all there is to know about blood, I know precious little.
But you know something.
Yes, I concede I might know something about blood. I would hope so after 400 years.
You still got more knowledge about blood than most, whether it's been 4 years or 400 years, amigo. Let's get back to what you were saying, though.
Don't whine in them there brain hills. We gotta get the...
I'm saying I am surely the oldest, most well-studied doctor in the world. I should have achieved more than this.
Should!
Well, who said you should have achieved more? Isn't it obvious? I should have something to show for 400 years of work.
And what happens if you don't?
Absolutely nothing at all.
Well, that's my point.
That is not as encouraging as you think it is.
Ain't meant to be encouraging, just showing you a little reality.
Well, it's all my fault, really. I cannot seem to motivate my scientists to reach the necessary level of dedication. It's always shocking to me how little urgency mortals have around death.
Oh my god. Is that a control thing? Is that a control thing? I am struggling a little bit, but I am comprehending. He's not shooting. He's not black and white thinking.
So it's all your fault that you haven't come up with the perfect synthetic blood.
It can't be anyone else's fault. Only I have the skill, the knowledge, and
Why?
the experience.
Pardon me for saying so, Doc, but it sounds like what you're doing is pretty dang complicated. It sounds to me like you're some kind of god if you expect control over life itself.
Please, I am a scientist, not a spiritualist. It is not control I seek, but understanding.
And are you ever gonna have perfect understanding?
No, of course not. I'm not a wizard.
So how about not putting saving the world on one person, Doc?
That is a simplification, but I take your point. As I was saying, now that I'm addicted to my own drug, I have joined the ranks of mortal celebrities in my utter irrelevance.
God. Okay. Is this Nosferatu thinking?
That's a pretty dark read on things. You know, lots of folks get over their addictions.
I like that he has blue eyes. Because, like, when we first saw Samuel and he had red eyes, I was like, all vampires are going to have red eyes. But he's got the blue. And then the Andy's got the kitty cat eyes.
Yes, but not me.
He's mad.
I'm trying to tell you that even if you are addicted, that ain't the end, hermano. You got a lot of life and opportunity left in you.
If you can call this life.
Now, hold on there. That's what I call Nosferatu thinking, straight from the coffin. Life ain't all black and white. It's got its shades of gray, too, you know.
Oh, well played, cowpoke. Perhaps I am being a little dramatic.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm aware that in reality progress has been made, enough to get to this point. But I didn't come here to ask for a pat on the back and to be told I'm a good boy.
But why not? What if we did that, though?
Ain't my department, but I hear they do some of that stuff downstairs.
Yes, we all know very well that the Continentals are more sexually liberated than we are. But as I say, I don't want all this therapy stuff. I just want to stop using this damn drug.
So what's so good about this stuff anyway? Why do you like it?
I'm not certain. I don't remember what happens after I take it, but I wake up feeling, how do I put this, alive.
Well, that don't sound so bad. A good nap can make me feel like a new man.
I'm not talking about feeling refreshed. I mean I feel alive. As if I'm someone else, someone who lives. And I wake up and find, oh gracious me, I am not depressed.
You mean to tell me that you're going to sleep depressed every night?
Oh, nothing of the sort.
Oh well, I'm glad to hear that.
You are assuming that I can simply go to sleep and my global scientific enterprise will run itself.
Oh, my boy.
Oh wait just a gosh darn minute. You're telling me you don't sleep?
Yes, it's not as though we can get much deader already, and I have work to do.
So you're not sleeping and you're always depressed. I think we're starting to get somewhere.
Oh, don't be such a bumpkin. If you are a sapient individual, aware of the world around you, depression is the only sensible reaction. It has nothing to do with sleep.
Uh-huh. Sir. My boy. So is this black and white or a control thing? I feel like this... You're doing it again. Is it control? It's not control.
Depression is the
Carlos, you
only
lied to me.
sensible reaction. He makes the Goths downstairs seem almost joyous in their perspectives, doesn't he?
Oh, don't be such a bumpkin.
You see what I'm
Come on
saying?
now, it's a big world out there, and different things are depressing to different people. Everyone reacts to things differently. Ain't it true that a sensible person, as you call him, might even be a different degree of depressed?
Very well, I suppose I might have been using a bit of mild hyperbole.
Mild is putting it mildly, buckaroo.
Oh, buckaroo.
Buckaroo? Now I'm even more depressed. Regardless, I didn't come here to be a whiner. Oh, boo-hoo, life is hard. Yes, we all know it's hard.
Now why'd you say coming and talking to me makes you a whiner?
Is that not what I currently am?
Sounds to me like you're expressing yourself. Whiner is the word you used. Yeah, if you want to call it whining, that's up to you. But that's entirely your label.
Oh, very well, call it moaning or whinging if you prefer.
I'll call it moaning.
Moaning, whinging, belly aching, still all just labels.
I don't believe I shall be using the term belly aching in any case. But as I was saying, in the moments I wake up, I feel free. I suppose it must be what being an ignoramus feels like.
Okay. The problem, is that I don't know what this means. Is that Drain? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. What being an idiot feels like? So it's like a control thing. It's a disqualifying.
So you're telling me you feel good when you wake up, and then you call yourself an ignoramus. Before you even get a chance to reflect on feeling good, you're insulting yourself. That's what I like to call disqualifying the positive.
I think that if we brought a spray bottle to this appointment, but we filled it with blood, I think that would help. Every time he says something bad, we just spray him in the face with blood, and he gets to, like, eat it, and then he feels better.
I'm simply stating facts. Stating facts shouldn't impede an argument.
What good is that fact doing anyone? It's about as useful as an empty holster.
Lest I somehow forget that you are a cowboy. About this drug, though. Oh, very well. I suppose I might be discounting my experience.
I don't know how to say this, amigo. You really don't like letting yourself be happy. Honestly, I'm failing to see the problem with taking this stuff. Seems like it's making you get the rest you need and it makes you feel good. What's the problem?
First of all, I do not need to rest. And partaking of this plasma does have downsides.
Maybe you should continue taking the drug, actually. I think that maybe the drug that you're addicted to is good.
What kind of downsides?
I do not know what happens when I partake of the substance. However, when I wake up, I feel refreshed. But I also smell of blood and sex.
Oh.
Once I even woke up wearing a football jersey. It was most distasteful.
Oh, it makes him a... Okay.
I guess you must be having some kind of good time.
That is not my idea of a good time. I'm Dr. Drain. I am intelligent and worldly, not some ill-bred monster. I don't go gallivanting into godforsaken places to engage in depraved coitus and the consumption of dirty blood.
Coitus, my
It sounds to me like you're real good at denying yourself things.
Well, I should be better at it.
Well?
You know, Doc, a wise old vampire recently told me something I'm about to tell you. You keep talking about the things you should be doing. You, compadre, are shooting all over yourself.
Oh, to shit all over yourself.
Oh, well, that is vivid, isn't it? I can now add incontinence to my already considerable list of faults.
I'm being serious. I'm listening to you tell me I should be doing this, and I shouldn't be doing that. But who gave you all them shoulds and shouldn'ts?
I don't know. It shouldn't matter, should it? I've been dead for over 400 years.
It's the oldest stuff that sticks with us, amigo. We all got traumas. Heck, we're dead men. That's traumatic no matter what. What we gotta start with is you. You've been through a lot. Don't rope yourself up so tight. Listen, we're doing good work already, I know it. Now, let's not push too hard. I would really like you to think about where all them shoulds are coming from before we meet again. And be good to yourself, alright, partner? Don't feel like you gotta go cold turkey on that plasma stuff.
Yes, well, all the same, I'd rather not do it at all.
Is that actually gonna happen, though?
It might.
You're dipping into it tonight, aren't you?
I was thinking about it.
You're mad.
All right, partner. Just give yourself a little compassion. That's all I'm asking.
I'll admit, you've given me some things to think about. Not pleasant ones, mind. You can handle it, partner. You're way smarter than I am. Yes, well, that is certainly true.
No, yes, I am.
I shall do some reflecting, inasmuch as our kind can reflect. I shall see you in precisely 4 weeks, then. Farewell, Sam.
Now let me see the bat.
Stuff
Oh,
done, Samuel. I knew you would do well, but that doesn't make me any less pleased.
Well, that was a hell of a rush. That fella's holding on tighter than a holster to a gunslinger's hip. It felt real good to help him look at himself a little more kindly.
Good, Samuel. Treasure this feeling. But also rest. Go downstairs, get something to drink, relax in your coffin. Next week you shall see a new client. I think they will be an interesting challenge for you.
I'm so excited to meet all these boys.
I bid you good evening,
Gender
Samuel.
neutral.
Rest in peace.
You too, Andy. Well, I guess it's time I got me some grub.
I'm so excited to meet all the very sad, very angry, very depressed vampires.
Well, that's it, I guess. My first client. Can't believe I'm doing this therapy stuff already. Sure could use a drink. I'll check in with Crimson.
Well, if it isn't Yosemite Sam, how you doing tonight, partner?
I love how she has a new name every time.
Better already, hearing from someone from the States who knows the lingo.
I'm not from any states, cowpoke. District of Columbia girl here.
I figured you must have been coastal. You sound a little more, polished than I do.
You should hear my German.
Oh, maybe some other time. My brain's full tonight. I had my first therapy session with a real client.
Oh, yeah? How do you think it went?
I think it was good.
I reckon it was a bullseye on my end. You should have seen me. Labeling, blam, disqualifying the positive, kapow.
Just like shooting a gun.
I'm glad to hear it. Someone has got to sort these vamps out. They know how to hold on to their problems.
You ain't kidding. Living or dead, once people hit 70, they get pretty dang set in their ways.
You know Andy still uses a typewriter? I can't get that gorgeous man to see the light. Keep it up, cowboy. You're a breath of fresh air for these ancient ones.
Anyone ever tell you you're wise beyond your years, Crimson? You must have had some life.
Afraid
Oh,
I'm
Bear.
exactly as wise as my years. How old do you think I am, cowboy?
35?
Mid-30s, maybe?
Shot me right in the heart, cowboy.
Dang, what I meant to say was
I'm just messing with you. I'm 50 years young.
Dude, hell yeah.
50. I died around that age and I looked like shit. But you ain't a vampire.
Like I told you, I'm Andy's blood partner. He shares his blood with me too, just not enough to turn me into one of you.
Dude, hell yeah.
I've been 30 for a good while now.
But you ain't joining our team? Sounds like a story.
Not for tonight, buckaroo. I bet you're thirsty after a big night. Andy told me to give this to you.
Oh yeah? What is it?
We had a group of Americans come in last week who donated their blood. Andy can't stand the stuff. He says the blood glucose levels are too high, but he thought you'd appreciate it.
Oh, it ain't so bad. I gotta ask though, what does Andy's blood taste
Oh,
like?
Sam, okay.
To me, it tastes like life itself, cowboy.
I ain't sure I understand.
Never you mind. Look, Tex, I've got some customers to serve, so go enjoy your juice, okay?
I would love to enjoy some juice.
Of course. I'm keen to get some rest anyway. You have yourself a fine night, Crimson.
Bear, welcome back to the world of the listening.
There he is, my
Oh,
incredible
checkpoint!
protege.
Come on now, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Evidence stands against that reasoning, my friend. Do we need to talk about disqualifying the positive again?
all right, I get it. I guess I've been muddling through okay.
You've been doing wonderfully. I hope you are ready for a bit of a challenge tonight. Your next client has been known to be somewhat difficult. Here, look at her intake form.
Isabella D'Este. Dang, she's got some funny taste in hats.
Isabella was a key figure in the Italian Renaissance, funding the works of Leonardo da Vinci, Andrea Mantegna, and Michelangelo. She received a humanist education and knows much about history, art, music, and philosophy. She comes from a highly aristocratic background, but has endured considerable family issues through the generations. She states that she is undergoing an existential immortality crisis, suggesting that her life and unlife have both been meaningless. Be exceedingly polite.
I think you should get along quite well then.
Walked right into that one.
Isabella is not your average vampire. She was once the powerful matriarch of one of the most influential families in Europe. She fraternized with popes and kings, and she also wielded great power over the art world. Some say that she was the model for the Mona Lisa.
One of them highfalutin types, huh? I don't think she's gonna like me much.
She is as human as any of us, Samuel. I already know you will find a way to relate with her.
If you say so.
Remember, you can always seek my advice if you feel lost. You are not alone, but I hear the beating of elegant wings. Breathe, Samuel. Oh, and do be polite.
Bat!
Goodness. So you are the new therapist Andromachos told me of. I was not expecting someone so rugged.
They put her in the Mona Lisa pose on purpose. Love that for her.
Sam Wall's at your service, ma'am.
You are a therapist.
Well, that's what I'm here for, ma'am.
Enough with this, ma'am. I am not running a whorehouse. You may call me Senora.
Samuel! 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 Oh my god. This is probably as close as you're gonna get.
All right, Senora.
You have seen my what? Have you been peeking under my skirts, young man?
Huh? What are you talking about, lady?
Signora. Say it.
Signora.
Signora! Signora!
Signora?
Porca miseria, this is not going to be easy, is it?
Oh.
Therapy ain't never easy, Senora.
So, therapy is always easy then?
I said it ain't never easy, Senora.
Is therapy easy or is it not?
Oh, you two. Okay, no. We can't do this. If the we can't do this. They don't even understand each other. They aren't even speaking the same language.
Not, I guess.
Oh, how are we to examine my inner demons if your own speech is so diabolical?
You know what? Let's start over. Greetings and salutations, Senora. I am most honored to receive you in my humble office.
Very well. I suppose it will do.
I'm just here to help, Senora. It says here on your intake forms that you've been having a tough time lately.
A tough time? Indeed, yes, it has been a tough time. The realization that not only am I a corpse, but that I have been a useless corpse for nearly 400
Oh,
years.
fuck. Cheap viewers on Stream Boo is back.
So what's it off this feeling that you're a corpse?
I saw a film at the cinema.
Hey, I love the cinema.
Do you think she likes Hollywood glamour? Do you think she likes actors? Do you think she likes movies? I feel like she likes Hollywood glamour, but I'm like, am I stereotyping? Which is like another thing that, you know, we have to watch out for in this therapy office. Which is like a big problem.
I can't get enough Hollywood. All that glitz and
No,
glamour.
Yeti!
Them celebrities sure know how to look good.
I'll miss you. Have a good rest of your day, though, bud. Thank you for staying around.
Per favore, they look like employees of a peacock brothel.
A peacock brothel for peacocks?
The battle between licentiousness and chastity has ended, and chastity has been utterly degraded on the battlefield. They should be ashamed of themselves, parading their young flesh for the adulation of fools. I could teach them about proper fashion, but alas, they would be incapable of hearing my wisdom.
I can tell I'm barking up the wrong tree here. Let's go back to this movie you saw at the cinema.
It was a most terrible film, one that shook me to my core.
What is it gonna
The
be?
pain of it lingers with me still 5 years later.
Well, movies can be pretty powerful. Heck, I remember seeing one of the first films. There was a train coming right for the audience. We thought we were dead for sure.
This film was not powerful, it was meaningless. It said nothing, did nothing, less than nothing, as loudly and garishly as possible. And the audience, fools that they were, cheered, applauded this desecration of the mind. I hate this film with all my being, for it has done the cruelest thing. It has revealed the dark truth. This life that I cling to has no purpose.
Girl.
Dang, what the heck was this movie?
Space Wars. Rise of the Spacewalker.
No!
Wait a minute. Space Wars, the big science fiction franchise?
Yes, I believe it is important to understand modern media diets.
But that's the movie that gave you your personal crisis?
Mind your tone. Do not think me a fool. I know it was not high art. But the money it made, it would make even the Pope blush. This stinking trash. This is what the people
Girl!
want. You see, I understand now. My attempts to infuse art with meaning were pointless. All that I am, all that I ever was, is dead.
Oh, my God. What?
For such a complicated woman, the answers are overly simple for Senora d'Este, are they not, Samuel?
You see,
Is she just
I
label it?
understand now.
Is she? It's everything.
Attempts to infuse
It's
art
everything
with
at
meaning
once
were
is the problem.
pointless.
She's
All that
like,
I am, all that I ever was, is dead.
she's doing all of it at the same time because of Star Wars. I'm sorry, Space Wars, Space Fight, the movie that we all know about. You know what, Bear? I actually understand. The Rise of Skywalker. It'll fuck anyone up. That fucked a lot of people up, and I totally understand. Is it Nosferatu?
You don't seem that dead to me. We're having this conversation, ain't we? You ain't just lying there decomposing.
It is no different. I might as well be rotting in the ground.
I think you might get pretty bored.
Are you getting smart with me, boy?
Look, I'm just talking facts. If you're saying all you are is dead, I think you might be doing some Nosferatu thinking. It ain't black and white. You're here. But let's go back to what you were saying.
Once, I elevated art, and all the world benefited. Why have I lost my power to elevate art now?
Is this disqualifying the positive? No!
Senora d'Este,
Once, I elevated art, and all the world benefited. Why have I lost my power to elevate art now?
Control?
All the world benefited? There's a lot of people, and they got a lot of different preferences. You can't get them all, can you?
But I could, once upon a time.
You can't reach everybody, Senora. I hadn't even heard of the Mona Lisa until about 1911.
Did you have any schooling whatsoever?
No, I didn't. But I don't think anyone in my time knew about the Mona Lisa either.
Oh, how wonderful. You add to my despair.
No!
I'm saying you can't reach everyone, even in your own time.
That is true. I doubt the rabble had much of an opinion about the so-called great masters.
We only know what we know. But you were saying.
It was all for nothing. What good was guiding Da Vinci when they sell the Mona Lisa on beer coasters?
Is this disqualifying the positive?
Come on now.
Thank you.
Just because the Mona Lisa's been on a coaster doesn't mean that's all it's ever been for. I think you might be downplaying just what an impact you've had on the world.
The world needs no help from me to reduce my life's efforts to cheap commodities.
So just because something gets printed on a t-shirt, that cancels out everything that's good about it?
Yes, that is exactly what it does.
Okay.
And I thought I was good at disqualifying the positive.
It should not be so. Art should have meaning, purpose. Beauty should expose truth.
Well,
You're saying art should have meaning and purpose. But does all art need those things?
What is the purpose of creation otherwise?
having fun.
How about if I just like doodling? Ain't that a good enough reason to draw?
It is a pointless reason.
Well, maybe I want to do something pointless. All I'm saying is that I don't have the same shoulds you do.
Perhaps you should.
But I don't. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Which is speak like a peasant.
Heck, that's what I am, Senora. Ain't nothing gonna change that reality. Let's get back to what you were saying.
But it seems I am just a dead woman. A walking corpse who is not worth listening to. I should walk into the sun.
Okay.
Now, why have you gotta go and call yourself names?
They are not names, they are my reality. I am a dead woman, and I am a corpse, am I not?
Is that all you are?
This is how I am defined by the world.
Seems to me you're the one using them names.
Hell, I think I'd be a little afraid of calling you a corpse.
As you should be. Allow me to continue. You know, you make me sound rather mad. Like an old woman, railing at the world, screaming into the void, all to no purpose.
Look, Senora, all I'm trying to do is show you where you're a little rigid in your thinking is all. You're expecting a lot from the world and a lot from yourself. It ain't no surprise that you're gonna be disappointed over and over again.
I suppose that is some insight. Indeed, I have been in a state of disappointment from the moment I was 16.
Oh my god, girl!
What happened when you were 16?
I got married.
I think I get it.
Oh.
You absolutely do not get it. You are a man.
Well then, help me understand.
Frankie, my husband. He taught me the meaning of disappointment. He taught me the world was built upon lies. These things men proclaim as values. Truth, beauty, the spiritual. They were all fiction. But if men did not live according to principle, I would. I would set the example and shame them all. Yet, what a fool I have been to think humanity had greater aims.
So, what's this greater aim you're talking about?
I received a humanist education as a child. I was taught that the pathway to God was through rationality and a questioning mind, not slavish devotion to tradition. This world is not Eden, but it could be. Or so I thought.
So you're talking about a literal pathway to God?
No, fool. A pathway to godliness. To live according to our natures. Our true natures.
Of being vampires? You mean being Italian? This is the worst day of my life.
You mean being vampires?
Come now, boy. Nothing could be further from natural. All this foolish hissing and copulation and blood drinking does not bring us closer to God. But it does give us more time to find the path.
Girl.
Well, talk to me about this pathway to God. How do you reckon we find this path?
I reckon nothing. I've always known that we can find our way back to God by fulfilling our human potential to be the greatest souls possible.
Okay. That's one of these.
So what happens if we don't become the greatest souls possible?
Then godliness is denied to us, as it should be.
Okay.
So either we ascend or we're nothing, huh?
But what about the fact that you're not going to ascend because you're not going to die, ever?
I am glad to hear you are not as foolish as you look.
Oh, let's be honest, senor. Plain folks like me ain't got aspirations of being as good as Jesus Christ. Ain't he supposed to be a forgiving sort anyway? Let's just get back to what you were saying.
We can't have a theological debate with this woman, please.
I have always known we must master ourselves and our baser instincts. Virtue must triumph over vice.
Okay.
You've been around a while, senora. In all that time, when have we mastered ourselves and our baser instincts?
Not a single day. Men especially have no bottom to their depravity.
Girl.
Right, fair enough. So us fellas have disappointed you every day for a few hundred years, right? Ain't that proof that nothing you do is gonna change that?
An evil thought, Mr. Sam Walls, but true, I concede.
We're in agreement then. It's a little bit of a control fallacy to think that's gonna change because of you. Let's keep going.
I have always known that the earthly lives we lead are disgusting, and only war and death can come of them.
Oh? My god. No?
The world is very...
Okay.
I have...
Hold up just a sec there, cowpoke. You really think all we can do is sow death and destruction?
I do not poke cows. Do I look like a
I would
farmer?
poke a cow. Very gently on the snoot.
Come on, senora. You've been alive to see what? 15, 20 billion people live and die? You really saying death and destruction is all each and every one of them ever amounted to?
Well, perhaps not individually, but as an immortal, I look at the greater arc of history.
Well, most of us ain't looking to contribute to the greater arc of history, but that don't mean life's pointless. That's some Nosferatu thinking, I'll tell you what. But let's
She doesn't know
continue.
what the fuck that means.
I have always known the people have become fat and lazy, and living within the Garden of Eden is impossible in such a state.
Oh my god. Really? It's all Nosferatu thinking.
I have always known.
Okay, I
we should
got
act
it.
with dignity if we would take our place at God's side.
Oh,
once
I'm
more.
skipping through her dialogue. Oh, I didn't know I was skipping through her dialogue. Okay.
These things here you've always known. I gotta challenge them, senor.
I reckon nothing. I've always known that we can find our way back to God by fulfilling our human potential to be the greatest souls possible.
Is this a control thing?
You really think we've got that much control, senora? All we gotta do is be perfect, and then we've got our pathway to the Almighty?
Yes, it seems quite clear to me.
Senora, if that's how it is, it ain't no wonder you ain't forgiving yourself or anyone for the slightest mistakes. I would ask myself if anyone really has that much control. But keep talking.
I have always known we must master ourselves and our baser instincts. Virtue must triumph over vice. I have always known that the earthly lives.
Oh my
we
god,
lead are
girl, you're
disgusting,
always
and
known
only
statements.
War and death can come of them. I have always known the people have become fat and lazy, and living within the Garden of Eden is impossible in such a state.
Girl. This sucks. It's so much. It's
Our
not,
esteemed
okay?
client-
I have
It's
always
it's
known.
not,
Our
okay?
esteemed-
It's
I have
this,
Our
okay?
esteemed cli-
It's, okay?
Sounds to me like you're coming up with labels for kicking people out of the Garden of Eden.
Alright.
Is
I
that
got
all we
there.
amount to? Fat and lazy?
Look around your own country, boy. Look at me. See my disgusting rolls and saggy features.
Girl.
Would you let me into the Garden of Eden?
Well, sure, why the heck not?
I am glad you are not the gatekeeper then.
You rather have a gatekeeper who wouldn't let you in? Listen, senora, you gotta go easy on yourself with them labels. Well, let's keep talking, though.
So you think you are so very clever, do you, boy? That by pointing out my distortions, you have won? That is where you are truly the fool. I already know how wrong I have been, that I have been chasing an impossible fiction all my life. Indeed, I now believe that even if we did follow the pathway to God, once we reached the end, we would discover that he, too, was a work of fiction. When I say God, I mean goodness, propriety,
Oh my
intelligence. God himself is a lie.
Girl, like,
I see. So you've lost your faith.
Yes, it has crumbled to dust, much like myself in this fat, wretched old body.
girl.
Beauty and truth are lies. Ideas developed by ugly men to justify their existence. While we occupy ourselves chasing those ideals, they create space wars to leech our money and our vitality. And to think they call me judgmental while they created the false ideal to judge against. You don't think I'm judgmental, do you, boy?
I've never seen anyone judge more than you.
I wouldn't put it that way exactly. Besides, I ain't gonna call you names. In fact, that's where I think I want to challenge you. Senora, I think the person you're judging more than anyone is yourself. I know you got raised with all them high ideals, so of course you're getting disappointed when nobody can reach them. That's some heavy pressure, not just on them, but on yourself. I'd ask yourself what all that pressure's doing for you. Is it bringing you any satisfaction? We can't always control what things are gonna be.
This is not acceptable.
Okay.
I got some bad news for you, Senora. None of us really has the power to change the world on our own. Not even a clever lady like yourself. I suggest we start working on ways of helping you find a way to accept the world for what it is.
But the world is base and unworthy.
It's based?
Remember that term I told you about?
Oh my god, can there please be a gaming
You're gonna strip all the color
vampire?
out of the world if you keep doing that. The world's a lot more than just
A vampire who
basic
games?
Nosferatu thinking. I am not used to having my own thoughts thrown back at me.
Well, that's why you're here, ain't it? I ain't gonna help you change the world, Senora. All I can do is help you find some other perspectives.
I suppose there is a certain simpleton's wisdom in the way you speak.
Thanks, I guess.
Very well, boy. I will consider what you have said. We will meet again in exactly 4 weeks. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, indeedy, Senora.
Ugh. Please learn to speak properly by then.
Well
Wow.
done, Samuel. I believe you handled Senora d'Este quite well.
You kidding? That lady straight up hates my guts.
Samuel, if Isabella d'Este hated your guts, she would not be shy about telling you so.
That I believe.
Older we get, the harder it is to gain a different perspective. Have patience. We are not all as wise as Samuel Walls.
Guess it's just that simpleton's wisdom, as the Senora called it.
Do not adopt her labels, Samuel. I will not stand for it. I know she was a challenge, but you rose to it as I knew you would. I think you deserve a night of hard drinking. What do you say?
You don't need to tell
God,
me
everyone
twice.
is just like, I think that you should get
Alrighty
wasted.
then. I'll see you later then.
Indeed, Samuel. Enjoy yourself. Excellent work tonight. Rest in peace.
Yay! When we come back, I'm gonna go BRB for a second to get a little treat.
Dang, I think that's enough abuse for one night. I could use a drink and a quiet night.
Yeah! Alright, I'm gonna go get a treat. A little treat that if I can find one. If you guys need a treat, or to go to the bathroom or something, run for your lives. I will be right back. Hello, hello. Welcome back to me, I guess. Hi, PokePot. Happy Tuesday. What's going on in my journal? Oh. Happy Tuesday, innit? He feels finer than frog hair. Oh, he's writing his little journal. Dude. Oh, I'm so happy for my guy. Good for him. Alright.
Hey, cowboy. Why the long face?
I used to say the same thing to my princess.
You have a princess?
Your daughter.
My horse, actually. She never really understood.
Hell
the joke, but
yeah.
I still like telling it to her.
Princess the horse.
You didn't answer my question, Gunslinger. What's got you down?
Oh, I just finished up with my second client. She gave me a tongue lashing to remember her by. You ever talk to someone who's so educated and refined that they make you feel like a space alien?
Only everyone I ever met in law school. At least until I learned to speak their language.
Yeah.
You're a lawyer?
Was, and no, I wasn't the blood-sucking kind before you start with the vampire jokes. Just a wide-eyed DC do-gooder. But I get what you're talking about. People can use language like a membership card. You don't speak the lingo, you don't get in.
Well, that's just what I mean. I just ain't sure I've got the lingo for a 500-year-old high society Renaissance woman.
Well, how do you think your session went? Think she heard you?
Yeah.
Well, she did say that I'd given her some stuff to think about. And to tell the truth, she seemed kind of embarrassed about that.
So what? If she heard you, I'd take the W, cowboy.
Take the W.
He doesn't know what the fuck.
wagon?
Yeah.
The win, Gramps. Maybe she isn't gonna relate to you, but that doesn't mean she can't hear you.
Oh, you're probably right. I guess I'll take the W. And while you're at it, I'll take some B too. That's
Oh
blood
my
seed.
god.
What are you in the mood for? Men? Women? Something a little more off the beaten path?
The three genders. Men, women, and something a little off the beaten path.
I think I'll have some takeaway tonight. What have you got?
Here, try this. Should put some color in those cheeks.
You really ain't squeamish, huh, Crimson?
Nah, healthy blood never hurt anyone. I've been hanging around vampires for 20 years, and they aren't so scary.
Not even Bert.
What, that old pointy-eared teddy bear? He's a total sweetheart, unless someone gets aggressive or touchy with the customers.
What does he do then?
They get a stern warning.
And
Yeah.
if they don't listen?
Why, then he eats them.
Well, maybe he is a teddy bear. I met Teddy Roosevelt back in the night, and I'm pretty sure he would have done the same thing. Speaking of which, I gotta thirst something fierce. I think
Yeah.
I'll head back to my coffin for a little rest. But you have a good night, Crimson.
You too, Sam. Don't let the Draculas bite.
Time to crack open a warm one. That's the good stuff. Now, maybe I can find a quote
Cracking
from one of
open
my
a warm
favorite
with the
books that'll help
boys.
give me a little inspiration. Or I could watch the Three Stooges hit each other a whole bunch. Or I could just go to sleep. What's it gonna be, Sammy boy?
Let's read.
My profession is to be always on the alert, to find God in nature, to know his lurking places. I always like that quote. I ain't a God-fearing kind, but it's true. There's a natural beauty behind the man-made world if you know where to look. Isabella D'Este's all culture and breeding, but underneath, she's got her vulnerable and beautiful humanity too. I just gotta remember that. All right, that's enough for one night. Time for some rest. I hope my next client will be a little easier.
They won't. But I'm excited to see who the next boy is.
Samuel, good evening. I am glad to see you looking so fresh and well slept.
Uh-oh, something tells me I'm in for it tonight.
The truth is seldom unseen by you, my friend. Tonight, you face perhaps one of the most difficult challenges a therapist can face. The fact that you may not be able to help everyone. In truth, I have failed to help clients with this particular disposition many times.
Hey, I'm new at this. You're nigh on 3,000 years old. If you can't help them, how can I?
It is not guaranteed that we can help every client. To think we are powerless to help any is a cognitive distortion itself. I believe you know it.
I think we are powerless is a thing. It's a control. Oh my god, why did they move them around? Why did they change position?
Yeah, all right. Control fallacy, I know. I can help some folk.
That was so scary.
That's right. Here, take a look at this case file.
Theater feller, huh? I've known a few of them in my time. They can be a little, self-absorbed.
Alright, Edmund Kean was a highly influential Shakespearean stage actor during the Georgian period. He's credited with more personal interpretations of character as opposed to pantomime performances. He lived a tumultuous life on stage, dealing with alcoholism, sex scandals, and entitled behavior. He wishes to return to the stage, but expresses great anger at critics who might review him poorly. He demands respect as the greatest actor the world has ever seen.
He's looking for therapy because people don't like him, it says?
He is one of the most revered actors in all of history.
So he might have a few cognitive distortions.
A few. He may not recognize them, Samuel, but all you can do is present reality to him. He comes. Remember, I will give you whatever advice I can. Good luck, my friend.
I hope I'm up to this.
That!
What is this vampire I see before me?
Okay, wait, this is good.
I'm Sam Walls. I'm your new therapist.
Your dress, your bearing, your hat. You also are forgotten by time.
Okay.
Oh, how fortuitous. A kindred spirit, perhaps. A therapist should know pain, I say. Most excellent.
Tarnation. Can't get a break with this here hat of mine.
No, it's perfect. Do not change a single thing. It gives me faith. Faith, my dear vampire, that you can help me.
Of course.
I'm gonna do everything I can. I promise you that, amigo.
Do not do so lightly. Darkness dwells within my damned soul. You journey into my pain at your peril, and I cannot be your Virgil.
Oh.
You're who now? Anyway, you wrote in your intake form that you're here because...
You're confused about your sexuality?
Mortals don't appreciate you, you said.
Indeed, and I fear they cannot. They must die to appreciate life. As mortals, they cannot ask the immortal questions. What is life for us who do not live? Why are we here? Why do we continue? What do we do when death has no meaning? And what a piece of work is Vampire.
Yeah.
How noble in stature, how infinite in life.
Indulge him.
In form and moving, how express and admirable. In action, how like a demon. In apprehension, how like a bat. Oh, the beauty of the night!
Oh, he's perfect. Nope.
And yet, to me, we are but the quintessence of dust.
No, okay, we're not gonna overindulge.
All right, that's enough of that. Before we answer the question of why we're all here, why are you here? Well, that is, what exactly drove you to me, partner?
Oh, that. Well, a pustule of a theater historian I recently seduced and killed sprang the seeds of doubt in mine corpus.
His mind
He was
corpus?
writing a biography of the great Edmund Kean, and I thought mayhap that I would favor him with a secret or two. He said my acting style would now be considered archaic. Though I drank him to the last, I fear his cruel barb was sharper than my fangs. This embossed carbuncle of corrupted blood caused me to doubt myself. Are all men such fools? Will I ever find my audience again? Or did they die long, long ago? Help me purge these mortal concerns from my mind, dear man.
We're always gonna have doubts, compadre. That's normal. But I think I can help you see things a little differently. So, he said your acting's out of date. Why don't you just tell me why it bothered you so much?
Because it's simply not possible. Acting became a noble craft entirely because of me. In truth, I am perfect.
Alright. Lots to unpack here. He definitely isn't disqualifying the positive. That's something about him that he's not doing. So are you black and white thinking? Are you in control? Are you having a control fallacy? Are you labeling yourself? Are you... Is this, like, labeling, but derogatory? Like, no.
Edmund states that
Because I was like, maybe.
Sorry, fella, I gotta stop you for a second there. You really saying you're perfect?
Oh, not at all. I'm not a narcissist. I believe I would find myself quite inept at, say, street cleaning or dishwashing.
Okay.
But as far as acting is concerned, yes. If an actor be assessed, you would assess him on the scale of Edmund Kean.
Oh, come on. You ain't ever forgotten a line?
I suppose, on occasion, a line has left me due to circumstances beyond my control. But that is the fault of alcohol, not of Edmund Kean.
So in those times you were drinking, you might not have been perfect. And the acting world kept on turning.
Oh, come now. I was clearly exercising some dramatic license. It is not so black and white.
Well, that's exactly what I was trying to say. But keep talking. We got some more stuff to sort out.
Oh, there are celebrated actors in these times, yes. But any success they have is due to my beating the path for them to follow.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, you're disqualifying the positive, but like, of someone that isn't you.
Oh, wait a minute. You're saying that every actor's success comes straight from you?
Of course. Even the greatest among my art would have been consigned to obscurity had it not been for my advancements.
Every single one of them ain't had nothing of their own to give to the theater?
Well, I suppose one or two actors in the last 300 years have impressed me.
Well, don't you think they deserve their own success?
I suppose mortals are owed their 15 minutes of fame. One must have some pity for them. We are not monsters. But the actors of modern times, they are shallow, beggarly parrots. Parrots who screech the lines, but do they know them? Do they feel as we feel?
Oh, my god. I mean...
So you're saying modern actors are parrots?
Indeed. They are only mimics, and thus no better than a well-trained bird.
You don't think they're actually birds, do you?
My dear boy, they live such short lives. What else can they do but ape the words and actions of their forebears?
But when you call them birds, you're just labeling them that. You ain't giving them a fair shot.
Oh, come now. I was clearly employing a little dramatic license.
But we're here to talk about truth, a right, compadre?
It is my gentle direction that takes the craft to higher echelons, and mine alone.
Oh my god!
It does not evolve without me.
You're saying only you can change the course of acting?
Oh my god.
It is demonstrably true. There is acting before Edmund Kean, and there is acting after Edmund Kean.
But there's so many types of acting out there. I mean, I remember when vaudeville came out, but I don't think you had anything to do with that.
Wait! Welcome. What if I told you we were both? What if I told you that we were Cowboy and he's also a vampire? What would you say about that? And we're giving therapy to other vampires.
Vaudeville? Oh, like so many American arts, an art of the grotesque. You plunge a dagger into the heart of subtlety.
So you didn't have nothing to do with vaudeville?
Oh, devils below, no.
I mean, you got a little control fallacy, hombre. Mortals got wills of their own.
Indeed. I suppose I don't want any responsibility for the things the Americans create anyway. These critics should honor me, as is my due.
Oh my god.
You're saying critics should honor you. Well, what happens if they don't?
Then they are not doing their jobs properly. I do not ask for their laudations without cause, but if a so-called critic does not recognize my contributions to the theater, what do they know of the theater?
Maybe they just got different tastes.
Uneducated taste, perhaps.
If they are just uneducated, why should they appreciate you?
An interesting point.
Yes.
I suppose I cannot blame them. Thou fiend! You are cruel indeed to beat a man when he is at his most vulnerable. I am here so you may help me cope with a world that has gone mad, not so you might attack my every word.
I'm doing no such thing. All I'm doing is pointing out your reality. If we're gonna cope, we gotta be honest about the world.
And I say that you are a villain. I come to you in desperate need, and you respond by mocking my desperation. Why would you do this to me? Do you not know what pain I am experiencing? Do you not know that I, as an actor, feel every sling and arrow more keenly? Art thou a therapist or a murderer that you would push me so to the brink? Do you want me to commit suicide?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to hurt you. I want to help everyone who comes to me.
Samuel, a moment, please.
Andy, I got a real problem here. I think I'm not cut out for this work. This fella's right. Why am I attacking him when I should be helping?
First of all, should statement. You will do what you will do, and that is all, Samuel. But look at the candles. What do you see?
The candles? Oh, they seem fine to me.
Look at the flames.
Wait a minute. They're getting higher, ain't they? What the hell's going on?
Your client is very powerful. He has his own unique skills earned through the ages.
And if you are not careful, he will burn this building to the fucking ground.
His skill in gaslighting is so intense that it affects the world around him.
Literal gaslighting. Literal gaslighting. Literal gaslighting. Literal gaslighting. He's gaslighting so hard that the gas is causing the flames. That he's so strong. He's so powerful.
He is altering reality to fit his distortions.
Oh my god.
Do not let him.
How do I stop it?
Be persistent, and above all, be honest. He does not control your reality. I await your apology, sir.
I don't have anything to apologize for. All I did was point out some truths in the things you were saying. Now, if that makes you angry, fella, I don't know what to tell you.
You wound me, but I am strong. I persist. I fight. I know my worth, sir. I have fought and died for my art. I shall take my business elsewhere, and vampire society shall hear of your quackery. Stop him, Samuel. It is not anger, but fear that drives him. Show him he has nothing to fear from you.
Okay, I love you.
Now, I wasn't trying to rile you up none.
Yet I bared my undead soul to you, and you treated me like a pincushion with your sharp pricks.
Pricks ain't got nothing to do with this, Edmund.
And now you seek to proposition me? Of course, it always goes like this. To you I am a void, nay, a whore, to use as you please.
Oh, we are getting into it now. Oh.
Well, you are all alike, I say. Go on then, use me.
Oh, my boy.
You are losing him, Samuel. It is time to remember what makes you special. You are not just a therapist, and you are not just a vampire. He is afraid, but you will conquer his fear.
Easy, boy, easy.
Like a horse?
I shall not go easy, I shall not!
Ain't nobody gonna hurt you. There's a good vampire.
A good vampire?
What are we doing? Wait, what are we doing? Are we doming him into submission? What are we doing? What are we doing? Hey, imagine if your therapist did this to you.
You're safe now. Ain't nobody here to hurt you or make you feel bad. I'm your buddy. That's us. We're just buddies, ain't we?
Buddies? Yes.
Oh.
A friend.
Oh.
A friend.
Yeah.
A friend who wishes to help me.
Yeah, dude. Of course, Bear.
You feeling better there, compadre?
I must confess that I am. Though I scarcely understand how.
Hey, well, that's just great. I want this to be a comfortable place for you.
Very, very powerful. Very, 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 very powerful. Very powerful. Are you the horse, then, in this scenario?
Yes. Yes, I do believe you. After all, your profession is in many ways similar to acting. It is no wonder that we find common ground.
How is therapy like acting?
It is the exploration of the soul, is it not? A journey into pain and truth. We see those pains and truths and reflect them onto the cruel world.
I ain't sure I quite see it like that, but it's true that reflecting is important. Kinda funny when we can't look in a mirror, huh?
This is therapy gaming right now.
One of death's
Barrett, don't
cruel
hide. No,
ironies.
you have to rise up.
Thus must we see our reflections.
Stand
in the
true,
mirror
stand
for audience
tall.
Instead.
You care a lot about what the mortals think about you.
Of course I do. Why should I give a fig about what we dusty old folk think, eh? Most of us are stuck in our relative pasts, if you'll pardon the offense.
But all them folks die. You're what, 300 years old?
Don't remind me. Yes, they die, but I cannot. I must not. If I do not exist in their hearts, there is only the purgatory of oblivion.
Oh my god.
I can see why you're so worked up there, compadre. That's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, keep
you're
rising
putting on
up.
yourself.
It's okay, we love you, and it's bear time.
Don't you see? My talent is a gift that must be shared.
Well, there's that word again, must. I'm telling you, man, an expectation is just a resentment waiting to happen. You can't control how the world's gonna move. Maybe people just like a different style of acting.
Of course I know the plebeians will never understand my oeuvre. Of course I cannot control how they will respond.
I guess that's a start.
Unlike some vampires, I am not some blood-guzzling parasite who will idly sit and wait as the world turns.
Oh my god.
You calling most of our kind parasites?
I am, for that is what we are, if we are nothing else.
All right, let's just forget the part where you're insulting other vampires, myself included. If you say that you're a parasite if you don't do something, you're gonna be scared as hell of not doing that thing.
As an immortal, I aim for loftier goals.
Can you hit those goals if you're busy being afraid of turning into a parasite?
Ah, but your humble speech does belie the true wisdom beneath. I am indeed cruel to myself. I died for the stage, so I should live for it as well.
Well, why should you live for the stage?
What was my death worth if the stage does not matter?
But it's only you who's saying your death ain't worth something.
I think that we just need to call him a horse again.
Your shoulds are fatal. Ain't that a lot of pressure?
Just give him a little pet.
Perhaps. Though one might argue that all great actors must be forged in fire.
Our horse's name was literally Princess. If we call him Princess, do you think that he would...
But is acting really the most important thing in the world?
I shall assume that you jest. Vampire society is of no use to me. We are so few, and I cannot have an adoring crowd without a crowd.
Vampires ain't got nothing to offer you.
Nothing they can give, no. Vampires do not understand the avant-garde.
Vampires have a lot to give. We got time to understand things mortals just can't. I think you're disqualifying the positive things about us vampires.
Oh, perhaps. But an understanding of the stage is not one of them. You know, I see what you are doing. The motivations of man are well known to me through my art.
Yeah?
And what am I doing?
You are mocking me, undermining me,
Okay, he's getting mad again. No, we need to give him a little kiss.
Purpose, wretch. This therapy business is all a ruse. You would lay me low and claim dominion over me.
All I'm trying to do is help you, friend. Reality's a lot easier to deal with when you can accept it for what it is.
So, now you doubt my sanity. Is there no end to your japes and jabs? I shall not break. Oh, you shall see. Tides of cruel seas will crash upon me, but I do not wither. I know thy game, trickster. You wish to keep me in your debt. The more I doubt myself, the more you take from me.
Yokotato, welcome.
You think you are clever, but thy tongue outvenoms all the worms of the Nile. Well, what have you to say for yourself? Speak, that I might hear thy bile.
Tame him like a wild horse.
Easy there.
What?
I know you're upset and you're scared. I ain't gonna hurt you.
But you want to hurt me.
Good vampire. Ain't you sweet? Yeah, it's all right.
You really don't want to hurt me. You'll keep me safe.
This is incredible. This is incredible video gaming. This is incredible video gaming. Unlike anything that I've ever seen in my whole life. This is incredible video gaming.
We're safe. Ain't no place safer than right here. We're friends. That's right. You're my buddy now. Just my pal Eddie.
Eddie!
In truth, I am oft left bereft of friendship. Our kind can be difficult.
You mean vampires?
No, actors. But
To sense one is not alone in all the world is a feeling to be cherished.
You ain't alone, I promise you. Whatever bad stuff we're living, someone else has lived it already.
'Tis so. Many geniuses were unappreciated in their time, with wonders of their craft consigned to history's dusty pages. Even the bard himself did struggle. There is some comfort in that.
Common nocturnality. We all got the same needs, man. Blood, safety, and sex.
Indeed. I, too, am akin to the doomed Achilles, though my sore spot lies not so low, but twixt stem and stern.
I don't know what that
Ain't my
means.
place to comment.
Oh, it seems the spot is no secret to you after all.
Maybe we can talk about that some more in your next session.
Oh!
I think you did pretty dang well today.
Yes, I suppose I did. I am rather good at therapy, aren't I?
Oh my god.
If you're here and wanting to get better, yeah, I'd say that makes you pretty good at therapy.
Well, one mustn't rest on one's laurels, must one?
That's right, Eddie. Okay, I'll see you in a few weeks then.
We shall vanquish my demons together. I cannot tarry. The stage awaits.
Are we gonna break every moral code of therapy and obliterate this man?
What the hell was that?
One of the darker malignancies of the mind, dear Samuel.
You sure I'm up to this?
You were masterful, Samuel. You were able to take your knowledge about cognitive distortions and turn their definitions outward. And we must speak about this equine ability of yours in your next session.
Oh, that. Yeah, I learned a lot about myself through my horse.
Save it for our next session. Rest, Samuel. You have faced a great danger. Now it is time to drink and be merry with the Goths.
Hell yeah.
Not sure I'd call them merry, but they know how to cut loose. All right, Andy. I'll see you later.
Good night, Samuel. Rest in peace.
Where's Matthew Mercer? He hasn't been here in a while.
Well, that was one of the weirdest experiences of my life. I probably want to forget that. I should go talk to Crimson.
If it isn't Sammy the Kid, plop that butt down. Got a shot prepared for you.
Well, thanks, Crimson. What is that? A Bloody Mary?
No, a Bloody Steve.
Oh.
Of course it is. How's the crowd tonight?
You know, it's funny. They're a little on the weird side tonight. Must be a full moon out.
Oh, you ain't kidding. I just had my first therapy session with the strangest fella I ever met. The actor type. Used to be an international celebrity back when I was alive. Well, seems like fame's a nasty drug.
Like Andy says, people are people. Doesn't matter what era they're from. Feeling good about your session, though?
Yeah.
He was pretty confrontational, but he was happy to talk about himself at least. Andy says the real clients to worry about are the ones who've got nothing to say.
I get that. Being a human isn't easy. You gotta be pretty damn privileged to have no problems at all.
Well, this fella definitely has plenty of problems. I think he'll be keeping me busy.
It's a big world out there, cowboy. Full of vampires with no self-awareness.
Well, ain't that the truth? Well, here's to change then.
To change.
You, drinking Andy's blood there?
Andy's? Nuh-uh, this is a plain old mortal drink. You think anyone would want to drink that man's blood from a bottle when they can get it straight from the source?
I suppose they would.
Yeah.
I'm not proud to drink blood, Sam. Wouldn't be doing it out here.
I didn't mean to cause offense, ma'am.
Not your fault. I guess I shouldn't be offended.
Who's telling you that you shouldn't be offended, Crimson? I know this blood drinking stuff is complicated.
Damn right it is. Look, I have customers to deal with, but let me give you some advice, Buffalo Bill. No therapy in here. What happens at Eminard happens with consent. Got it?
All right, that's fair, and my sincere apologies. It won't happen again.
That's right.
Oh, dang it. I've gone and made myself unwelcome.
No!
Better get out of Crimson's way.
You.
Hello?
Huh? Do I know you?
I know you. I've been watching you, vampire.
Okay.
All right, you got me. Pretty sure I'm supposed to be keeping this stuff a secret, though.
Not in here. But you wouldn't be able to keep the secret from me anyway. I see everything. My name is Panoptibella.
Of course.
It means I see all, and I am beautiful. I saw you in the kink room with Reinhardt and Maxi.
Can you bring them back?
And now I see that you are thirsty and would like to drink.
Yep, that is so.
Come, drink from my neck. I wish to see what it is like.
Okay. You didn't have to do that, game. You didn't have to do that.
Yes, I see now. That was very pleasant. Thank you. You will go to your coffin now to sleep.
Well, if you wanted to cuddle.
It is normal for vampires to enter a state of torpor after consuming the blood of another. I wish you an excellent torpor, vampire.
Thanks, I guess. I guess I better get some shut-eye. This night has gone on long enough.
Okay. That was one of the strangest experiences of my life.
Good evening, Samuel. I hope you are feeling well rested. I have a new client for you.
Hi, bud.
Another one? I think my caseload's starting to get a little crowded.
Worry not, my friend. I shall not unload all the world's cares onto you. I know how strongly this next client requires aid. She is a great deal older than most of the clients you've seen. And sometimes it is harder for the elderly to see reality. It took me far too long to do so.
She as old as you are?
Not nearly. Thus, she should be more ready for change than I was. Take a look at her intake form.
An elder vampire like myself, Medi has lived mostly alone for the past 2 millennia. She grew up among wanton violence between Irish clan warlords and has since kept distance between herself and mortals. She now spends more of her time online, where she has become a streaming celebrity. I do not know what this means, but perhaps a younger vampire might. She's experienced frustration at the increasing demands of her followers. Oh, be patient with the elderly. Okay.
She died young. Makes me wonder why I waited so long to kick the bucket. Could have left a nicer looking corpse.
Alas, death does not often allow us to have...
Finally, the gamer vampire. I was asking.
Says here she doesn't leave home unless she has to.
Indeed, it is a puzzle, as elder vampires can often be.
I sure do hope I can help her.
You will do your best, I know. Let me allow you some privacy. She comes.
Bat! The creature!
Hello?
Oh, she's so cute!
Hey there, how do I say your name? Is it, Medbub? Medbee?
Mev is my real name. Medbee's just my screen name. You can call me Medi if you like.
Oh, she's so cute! Oh my god!
Oh, mighty fine meeting you, Medi. I'm Sam.
Is that all you are?
I couldn't rightly say. I ain't no more or less than Sam.
You're cute, strange cowboy man.
I don't know that you should be calling your potential therapist cute, miss.
Not in a touching bodies way. I mean, you're more like a rabbit or a mouse. Oh, I want to dress you up in a little mouse onesie and watch you scurry about.
Okay.
And keep your hat on and be a little cowboy mouse. Oh, I like that very much.
She's very relatable to me.
I'd keep you in a little cage and give you lots of cheese and, of course, a wheel to run on. You can be my whiskery little pet.
What is the matter, Samuel?
I think I'm out of my depth here, Chief. I ain't keen to be anyone's pet.
Older vampires such as myself can sometimes be uncomfortable to be around. I believe this will be an excellent challenge in setting boundaries, Samuel. Explain to her your boundaries. You will be modeling positive behavior and saving yourself a little trouble.
Yeah, just a little.
All the more reason to be clear and polite right now. Good luck, Samuel. I know you can do it.
You look distracted, little mouse. Have you smelt a bit of cheese? Did your whiskers twitch?
All right, miss, before we keep going, I think we need to set a few boundaries.
I don't eat cheese. So...
First of all, I ain't gonna wear no onesie. I don't think I could find one that'd fit.
I could sew one for you. I would make the neck hole really big so that your funny hat would fit right through it.
Okay, well maybe I wasn't being clear. I don't want to wear a onesie.
But it would make me happy.
Well, wouldn't make me happy, miss.
Fine. But I don't like it.
I mean, I want to eat cheese. I don't want to say this, because I definitely want to eat cheese.
This stuff about putting me in a cage and making me your pet are things you should be doing with a blood partner. Besides, I make the rules about my own body. If I don't want something, you gotta respect it, or find a new therapist.
You don't want me to do things to your body?
You cut that out. I'm serious now.
Very well. Be that way.
I eat cheese.
I think that about covers it.
Very well. It's a little boring. People usually let me do what I want to do to them.
Well, this is less boring then. It's something new.
I suppose you're right. It's very clever, strange cowboy man. May I still call you a mouse from time to time, though?
If it'll make you feel comfortable, I guess it ain't hurting me. But let's get to you and why you're here. Now, it said on your intake form that...
She's afraid of climate change. I mean, it said that she was afraid of the demands of her followers.
You're overworked, it said. You're not my first client with that problem. What line of work are you in?
I play video games.
Video games? Like Star Invaders?
No, silly. More like Overcharge 2 and Pension Impact. More of an
Pension Impact? Pension Impact's really good.
I don't know what them things are. I kind of figured video games were just a fad, like collecting ferns was in my time.
Video games are lots of fun. There's even one where you get to play a cowboy and kill bunches and bunches of people. Then you get to pretend you feel bad about it. But after that, you kill even more people.
Shucks, that there might give me some flashbacks. But you're working by playing video games? How's that?
I stream on Glitch. I have millions and millions of followers there.
Wait just a gosh darn minute. People are paying to watch you pee?
This is the worst day of my life.
Oh, of course not. That sort of thing would be on my Only Zealots page. If I could pee. Which I can't, because I'm a vampire.
Oh.
Alright, you gotta walk me through this. What's streaming mean if it ain't peeing?
Streaming means to share your computer screen to the internet.
Like watching the cinema, only instead of people shooting each other, it's you answering emails?
Sort of. Mostly people just like to watch people shooting other people. Only it's little computer people that only look like people.
Clear as mud. I got some more questions about them funny things you mentioned, though. What's Only Zealots?
That's a very special website where my very special followers get to see me do naughty things for money.
You've been around a long while. Do you need money?
No, of course not. But I do like having mortal blood bags who will do anything for me. They're very useful.
This whole thing makes me feel old.
But you're only a baby vampire, strange cowboy man. I'm glad you're not the kind of baby who poops and pees, though. That's quite icky.
I had some more questions.
Okay.
What's all this RPG and FPS stuff?
Role-playing games and first-person shooters.
Kinda dark to be playing games about the first person you ever shot. That ain't a good moment.
You're extra silly. It's a video game with a first-person perspective. It only looks as though you're shooting someone. I like the ones where there's lots and lots of blood. I end up feeling quite hungry.
Are they still using corn syrup to look like blood? It never looked realistic to me.
They don't use corn syrup in video games. You're very funny.
She's so cute. I love her voice so much.
I'm glad I'm funny, I guess. Let me ask you something else about these video games.
I'm so happy this game is voice acted, and I don't have to be trying to do these voices. This is so much better than anything I could ever imagine.
Alright, I think I understand a little better. You're working pretty dang hard for all them followers. What do you need them for?
Lots of things. They pay my rent for me, they buy clothes and gifts for me, they dispose of all the bodies. And they let me kill them too. They're all so eager to die. Poor little lambs.
They're like servants?
Servants, little sheep, whatever you'd like to call them.
And they're willing to just up and die for you?
Oh, naturally. Sometimes all I have to do is smile for them. They find it enchanting. And they quite like my breasts and vulva.
Yeah, I imagine so.
I see.
Does it make you uncomfortable to hear me say breasts and vulva?
I reckon I just wasn't expecting that level of candidness.
I also wasn't expecting that level of candidness.
Breasts, vulva.
Hey, come on now.
Oh, but it's so much fun to watch your little whiskers twitch.
So, these followers of yours do a lot of work for you, huh?
But I have almost 100 million little sheep. It's rather difficult to manage them all and keep them happy.
Imagine having 100 million subscribers on Twitch.
Why do you need to keep so many servants happy?
That's terrifying.
I need my sheep. If I don't have them, I'll have nothing.
That's like...
Is it really true that if you don't have your followers, you won't have anything? Ain't you got other stuff you're interested in?
Suppose I enjoy reading. And video games. And I can do those things alone. There's also playing games with my body.
Oh, yep, there's that.
Yep, damn, there is there.
Which Americans don't do. You like to shoot people instead. Bang, pow.
That ain't always true. But let's get back to what you were saying.
If I don't make them all happy, they'll turn against me.
I love that, this is everyone's idea of, like, a modern-day American. It's really good.
Oh, wait a minute. That's one of them double control fallacies.
A control fallacy? What is that, manling?
It's the idea that you either have complete control over something or no control over something. The idea that you can make everyone happy is something that ain't in anyone's power. And assuming you have no control and they'll all turn against you ain't true either.
That is true, I suppose. I can do things you couldn't dream of. But I won't show them to you because you're an American.
That is much appreciated, miss. And now about the stuff you were saying.
All I'll be is the lonely, crazy girl with a flat full of stinky corpses.
Okay.
Let's ease off them labeling terms. Don't go calling yourself crazy.
But I am crazy. And I know how strange I sound to these short-lived creatures.
I reckon I might sound the same if I were around as long as you and seen some of the stuff you've seen. Besides, crazy ain't got any kind of real meaning. What's sane? You've been around a while, you know them definitions change all the time.
I suppose that's true. Don't think any of us are really sane.
I think that's a heck of a lot closer to the truth.
I just want to look at my body parts anyway. Don't have much else to share, it seems.
Oh, sad.
Come on now, you've been around for nearly 2,000 years. How in the heck could you have nothing to offer? I'm sure you could tell me all sorts of things about history and the places you've been to and the things you've done.
If I talk about things I like, my followers abandon me. Fickle little bloodbags. They always like it when I show off, though.
That's a problem with your followers, not you. Don't go disqualifying the positive things about yourself just because they don't see them.
You're very kind, Manling. If you were one of my followers, I might even let you live.
A very kind gesture, miss.
Very kind of you, thank you.
I can't help but think, though, I should make my little sheep happy. After all, they are willing to die for me.
You say you should keep your followers happy. Do you like it when they're happy?
Just because I kill my bloodbags doesn't mean I wish to be cruel. After all, they're so cute when they die with smiles on their precious little faces.
I'm glad to hear that, but here's the thing. When you say you should make them happy, you turn it into a responsibility. If you got 100 million people you should please, that's pressure you don't need. Get what I'm saying?
You are too sweet, little mouse. Like a sugar mouse. Someone might try to eat you.
Heck, they already did. How do you think I turned into a vampire?
Oh, well, thank you, Pokepie. Yeehaw. Yeehaw, my brother. We going down to the dang.
You make me seem very silly for worrying so much about my blood bags. I'm not a very good vampire, am I?
Well, what's a good vampire supposed to do?
My blood father used to tell me that we were supposed to
My
be
blood
gods.
father?
Told me that we would rule all humanity. I imagine he'd be ever so disappointed in me.
Well, blood parents are always complicated. They like continuing their legacies, but people ain't too good at being anything but themselves.
I wish someone would tell him that. He's a very bad listener.
Well, you should be proud of yourself for getting away from him. I know it ain't easy.
I didn't leave him. The druid sealed him away long ago.
What do you mean?
Slaughter us all when he escapes. And there will be nothing we can do. Oh, it's gonna be ever so much blood.
Okay.
I think we can handle a vampire. There's a lot more of us now. And I bet the bastard ain't even heard of a gun.
He doesn't know what he says. He's not going to be ready for that.
Understand? He's a wizard.
Well, last I heard, wizards ain't bulletproof. Let's give ourselves a little credit. I ain't gonna worry too much about this fella. Besides, if he is coming back to kill us all, we only got so much time to enjoy, right? These dang followers of yours have got you stuck at home, though.
It's better this way. It's not safe outside.
Well, why do you say that?
Because there are bad people out there. They've tried to burn me, touch me, enslave me. They are cruel and horrible.
Okay, this is one of these two, yeah.
Because
I know you've been through some tough times, Mitty, and you got a hell of a lot of reasons to think people are all awful. But those experiences ain't the be-all and end-all. There's a lot of bad, a lot of good, and even more in between.
Maybe. But it's safer to assume that it's all bad. Mortals are very afraid, and when mortals are afraid, they are quite cruel.
That's more of that all-or-nothing thinking. There's billions of people out there now, and more differences between each and every one of them than you'd expect.
But I don't need to endanger myself anymore. I have my sheep.
I'm sure we'll get to talking about them real soon.
We can talk about them now. They help me stay in my flat. If I stay in one place, I have power. Instead of them burning me, I can burn them. And touch them and enslave them.
Okay, girl.
With all due respect, miss, you're playing with sunshine here. Life is always going to change. That's the one thing we can be sure of. Your retreating from society is only going to make it harder to face the changes ahead.
Such as when the machines arrived.
What machines are you talking about?
The ones in the factories. The ones who made me leave the bog. Did not like that very much.
The bog?
Not at all.
Oh, look, I didn't want to upset you. You're here to handle the world a little better, and that means being honest about what might happen. That makes sense?
The bog!
Yes. The machines keep getting stronger. I should be ready for them.
All right. Well, let's keep talking.
They used to call me Calich Namona, the Witch of the Bogs. I like it that way. I like it when they think I'm a monster.
Hold on a sec, Mitty. I get that there's safety in people thinking you're some kind of monster. But what I can't abide is you calling yourself one. Names have power. You know what they used to call me?
Fuzzy McWhiskers. Scaly Tail Sam. Ooh, Scurrying Sam.
Scurrying Sam.
They called me Slaughtering Sam. And as you might imagine, I didn't earn many friends with that name.
That's not very cute at all.
No, it ain't. I didn't feel cute neither. I felt like an evil bastard, and that ain't a good feeling.
I didn't say I liked being a monster. It just makes me feel safe.
Then let's find a way to help you feel safe without calling yourself a monster then, huh? But keep going.
If I want to be safe, I should show them what a monster I really am from the safety of my lair.
Okay.
Well, why should you show them what a monster you are?
So that they'll know to stay away, of course.
And is that the only way people will stay away?
It's the way I know. I used to put severed heads outside my cottage, but the policemen don't like that very much.
Yeah, I don't think that,
So what if I said you should protect yourself by putting severed heads outside your place again?
I'd say you should learn otherwise. The police can be very mean.
That's what I mean. Should doesn't allow a lot of wiggle room. It might seem like it's just words, but them words can lock us up tighter in a bank vault. But let's keep talking.
Living alone is the life I know, anyway. Well, I've known for millennia. I can't survive in society now.
Girl. Is this a control thing or a... No, it's a thing. It's not this either.
You know, you're what, some 1,800 years old? You're older than any government on Earth. You've seen the world change in ways none of us
You're
can dream
older
of.
than any government. Is like a line of thinking that I hadn't considered.
Hell, you basically won the internet, and I can barely open up my Vmail program. You're way more capable than you're giving yourself credit for.
I suppose that's true. But I'm not very good with real-life people. Unless I'm eating them.
You're still disqualifying the
Yay,
positive
bear!
by canceling out all them skills you got. You can use all that modern lingo I've barely even heard of. You dab, fam?
Okay. All right.
That was ages ago.
Why your message got held because the F slur is in your key smash. Oh, that's very good. This is very powerful.
See what I'm saying?
You are very clever, sweetling. It is easy to forget how small and weak mortals are. The world is a big place full of things that might try to hurt me.
Well, before you face the world, why don't we start with your neighborhood? Let's start slow. Take a walk around your block, 15 minutes a day. Just spend a little time outside looking at the moon.
I suppose if anyone tries to hurt me, I should be able to kill them or enslave them. Very well, strange cowboy man. If anyone does kill me, I'll simply become a ghost. Then I can whisk myself up your bottom with a little ghost needle and poke at your guts.
What did you just say to me?
I don't think it'll come to that. Just spend some time outside.
What did you just say to me?
We'll talk again in a month. Sound good?
Very well. I suppose my followers outside must be eager to carry my coffin home. I promised I would eat them when we got there, so shouldn't keep them waiting. Farewell then, little mouse.
Hoo-wee!
Well done, my friend. You seem a little out of sorts. Are you quite all right?
She was something else.
Like so many of our kind, she simply struggles to adjust to a constantly changing world. I think you will be of great help to her. She clearly likes you.
That's what I'm afraid of.
You are under my protection while you are here, Samuel. I guarantee no ghosts will travel up your posterior.
Well, thank you.
You've done excellent work tonight. Please, relax downstairs. Summer will be here before we know it, and the nights shall become short once again. Rest in peace, my friend.
Are we friends again? Are these people downstairs?
I'm glad the kids here aren't glued to their little TVs. I wonder why that is. I'll bet Crimson knows.
Is Crimson mad?
Giddy up, little doggy.
No.
I ain't heard that one in a while.
Truth is, I'm running out of cowboy terms. What can I get you, handsome?
How about a kind ear for my troubles?
You got a real old school way of seeing bartenders. But in this case, you're right. I am a good listener. Lay it on me.
I got this new client. It makes me feel old.
250-year-old man feels old, huh?
Yeah. But seriously, I thought I understood people, but she's from another time, like. I've been around a long time, and I ain't seen nothing quite like this internet. But my client lives there.
And you think you can't help her because you don't understand the internet?
Now I remember when the first steam locomotive showed up, and we thought, that's it. We've invented everything.
Really?
Laugh all you like. Point is, I'm getting old faster than I ever have before.
Here's the thing, cowboy. Nobody understands the internet. I don't feel old yet, though. Still just glad to be alive, thanks to Andy's blood.
Oh, yeah?
I know you've been curious about why I've been drinking vampire blood. You don't have to pretend. I've got a rare blood cancer. Andy's blood is what's keeping me alive.
Oh, I'm real sorry.
I didn't say I was dying. I said I had cancer. Stop making that face. I'm just glad I found Andy. Don't think I was quite ready to die.
I, for one, am glad you're sticking around, Crimson.
Well, thank you kindly. So what'll it be, Sam? You ain't gonna dance?
No, I ain't gonna dance.
You owe me that story one day, cowboy. Here, have a little something I whipped up for Andy.
Herbal blood tea.
No garlic, right?
No garlic.
Mighty kind of you. Maybe I'll take a nightcap. You have yourself a fine night, Crimson.
Adios, muchacho.
I think that's my last client for a while. My caseload's big enough. I'm starting to get overwhelmed. Maybe something from one of my books will inspire me. But then again, I could watch cartoons instead.
What cartoons do you watch?
I used to have a crush on Betty Boop, and I ain't ashamed.
Oh. Dude, hell yeah. Is it just gonna be a full episode? That's very powerful.
They don't make them like they used to. I think that's enough action for one night. Time
I
got
think
me some shut-eye.
that I
Good night, son.
would only accept this if My Little Pony started playing on the TV.
A fine evening to you.
We are going to end the stream here.
How are you feeling tonight?
Perfect time, checkpoint, all that stuff. Can I go to the menu, or are you going to close the game? You're going to go to the menu. Perfect. What an amazing experience of a video game. I wasn't expecting it to be like that at all. We can play more tomorrow if you guys had fun. I have lots of games about looking at boys I want to kiss, so... Okay, yeah, we can play more tomorrow. I love these boys. I'm super into it. So... We'll do this, and then we have the arcade gaming thing that Wine got me, and stuff like that, and we're gonna have a good June. I love you very much. Have a good rest of your day, everybody. Goodbye!